had an intro, that would be hilarious. Let's get ready to party, baby. Bringing it. Bring it. Bringing it. Guys, I can't explain. It's late because I forgot that today had. Let's try this again. Use your words. Bo had a grooming appointment today, and I forget that the groomer never. She calls me almost at 5 o'clock to come get him, so I can't ever go earlier. And then I realized I've been sweating badly all day. I've been cleaning like a Scientologist, like in lower conditions. Like I've been cleaning like I've been doing an amends project. And then I realized like I was sweating so bad in my own house, it was like rolling down my face. And this is what happened to my hair. And so I don't know what to do. Like, should I put on a hat? So it's just, they went this way, but they're just kind of weird. And it looks like a comb over or something. It's like, I feel like Woody Harrelson in that Kingpin movie. Was it that movie? So I just don't know what to do for it. I don't know what to do about it. You know, when I feel uncomfortable, I have to just talk about it right up front. It's best to just get those little strange things out of the way. Hey mods, thanks for being here. Okay. Hey D, Debbie Gonzalez. I'm going to try to roll through this because there's a long list of people. Hey Brock, Kristen Hawk. Brock, you're off for the night, man. There's no lifeboat tonight because Tommy's going to pick up Spanx, which is really exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing a picture of him. Hey Lady O. Hey Linz. Who else is here? Buffy, Heather Huckleberry. There's Kristen Hawk again. Puka Vista. Let's see. Why don't you sit up here? Good Lord, Gideon. Wowie, girl. Hey, Debbie Gonzalez, Kim Leaf, Ewa, Just As I Am. Hey, did I say hi to you, Liz? I'm not sure if I did. Hey, Aspire. Hey, Wisconsin Barb. Marsha Laird. Sin made it. Renee B is here. It's very sculptural. Puka Vista. I like it. I feel the burn from here. Hey, Marie Marion. Gemini Girl. Hey, Julie. Hey, Courtney Ann. Sorry about that. I know, Brock. It's exciting. I'm really excited. Marianne. So I'm not really sure what to do with it. The whole thing's bad. I mean, it's just a sweat pile. Hey, Sarah from Cali. Debbie Beck. I should have put a hat on. Catherine J. Hey, Rachel Sandy. Armine. Thanks, Armine. Hey, Lydia Krause. Oh, that's funny. You kids, you guys are jokesters. You got jokes. Hey, Heather Rhodes. I know it looks bad. There's nothing I can do. Dang, son. That's Tommy. I'm texting him. Dang, son. Bobo is a naked. Him's a naked. Let's see. I kind of want to show you guys. Don't laugh at my outfit. It's covered in hair. Bojangies. A Bojangies? Let's show everybody how naked you are. Oh, guys, look at how naked. You don't look like a girl. No, you don't. Oh, you look handsome. He says, no, I don't. I look like a girl and I'm naked. No, you're not. Come over here. Doesn't he look cute? Him's a naked. Tell everybody you're thanking them for the bones. Tell P. Taylor and tell DS Kitty Diane thank you for sending bones on the wish list because he requires them. Him's a naked man. Oh, thanks, Donna Cooper. Hey, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Kathy Brown. Damn, babe. All right, let's not do the sex texting just this early on a Friday. Plus, I'm live. How am I supposed to answer that? Hey, Patty. Patty Sells, Colorado. I haven't seen you in a while. Hazy Giggles. New names here. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Kim is Blue. Hey, Debbie Zito. Is Donna Koopa here? Hey, Stacy Toms. Where have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. It's kind of weird. I'm not liking that. Hey, Pat Jonas. He does. He looks like a proper gentleman. Here's the thing, guys. Yeah, Meredith, I don't want to hear it. Come get him. Either do it or you don't. You better come get your son, girl. Nicola, That's right. My bangs are just trying to distract from his new do. Hey, Texas shenanigans. That's okay, Stacy. I love you, girl. Yorkie mom, you might feel sorry for him and go, oh, he's so naked. Here's the problem. Patty, has it been? Okay, here's the hey, charcoal ninja. Here's the problem, guys. It is the dead of summer and he is hot. He was so overgrown. Plus, his hair is black. So that makes it even harder for him. And I have been listening to Bo since I got back from Ecuador. Just and that damn groomer. I love her. She's my mic sounds weird. Do I sound weird to other people? It's the same as it always is, Kim. Hey, King's Kid. Hey, Sophia. Puka Vista. She's got jokes tonight. Hey, Robin Miners. Kim is blue. Everybody says I sound fine. Will you refresh? Will you come back though? Don't be leaving and then not coming back. Okay, sounds fine on my end, Puka Vista. Hey, Linda. Okay, everybody says I sound okay. The thing is, Kim, you know this crowd. If something's not right, they will tell me. They will email me. They will send real mail. They will Facebook Messenger. They will Instagram me. They will find a way. They will call our mod hotline, which will be coming to you in the fall. Just kidding. Um, no, so he was good Lord, Patty. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Neighbors can be nuts. Hey, Debbie Beck. Hey, beautiful dreamer. Um, Lindsay, you don't have to say that. Like, this is so bad. Like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I've been cleaning all day, like sweating. I know I already said that, but by the time I was done vacuuming and came up for air, my hair was like this and I was just covered in sweat. There's Donna Cooper. And hey, Diane loves you. I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? What do I do with it? I don't have time to wash it. Nobody has time for that. So that, I guess we could do that. Well, that's just straight out of a little 90s catalog there, isn't it? That's very 90s. I feel like that looks like something out of that Delia's catalog. Um the mod hotline. Yeah, that's never going to happen. Hey, Aloha Sue. Okay, babe, stop sex texting me. Tommy is it's weird how many years this man has been with me and yet he acts like he's never seen me before. He's like, "You're so hot, it makes me mad." He's like, "Damn, you're so hot. I want to be on that." He said, "It ought to be a law." Okay, that's enough. Hey, Miriam. Although it's hot and it does turn me on. Thanks, Linda. You're sexy too, fella. Um, we get mad at each other about it. Sometimes we'll text each other while we're live, or sometimes when we're not live, and we'll just be like, "You're hot," and he'll go, "You're really hot," and I'll go, "No, I'm serious. It kind of pisses me off. It makes me mad. Like, I actually get angry about it sometimes. I'm not mad at anyone. It's not directed at anyone. It's just I get kind of pissed about it. And then sometimes, hey, Patricia Brown, he'll text me and he'll be like, "You're so hot," and I'm like, "Thanks, babe." And he's like, "No, I'm not telling you it like as a compliment." He's like, "I'm pissed about it." I'm like, "I know, I get that way too. Isn't that weird? Is it a long distance thing? Should we just do bangs like this? Should we just try to now that looks like a boy named Bjorn right there. Never complain about your man telling you you look hot. Hey, Angie Mo. I agree, Hazel. It was kind of a joke, actually. Hazy, not Hazel. Um, I don't even know what this means, but I like it. I said, "You're sexy too, fella." And he said, "Yeah, whatever. Apples and diamonds." All right. I'm just going to give him a little heart emoji and move on with my life. Um, That's good, Hazy. That's good too. No, I don't complain about it. I'm really happy that we like each other still and we want to get down and answer the bone phone. It makes me feel happy about it. Sikorsky, where the hell have you been? Bjorn Bangs, copyright that immediately. Thank you, Texas. I'm on it right now with my copyright attorney. Got it? Thanks, Ted. Uh, your bangs do not look bad, says Debbie. Okay, Sikorsky, it's really good to see you, and I've missed your life. I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know. Hey, Stanley, if the guy you were seeing, if you got rid of him, I'm not sure how your mom's doing. I need to know. Thanks, Angie Mo. It's real bad, girl. I was scrubbing my walls and vacuuming like a Scientologist today, true to my roots. JR, speaking of Scientology, dang it, you guys. I tried to book her tonight. Laura FM. I tried to get her on for tonight. She stood us up. If you remember last night, she was, yeah, that's true. Do these look like the cellist? Do these bangs look like the cellist at a funeral? Um, Laura FM wouldn't put her money where her mouth was. She didn't double down like I thought she would. Thanks, Stace. I look like a Nickelback groupie. Cool. Thank you so much. It's with arms wide open. You started your channel and been dealing with some trolls. Oh no, how could that happen? No way. You started a YouTube channel and you have haters? That's weird and highly irregular. I like your picture. I'm living in Virginia with my best friend. The guy is history. My mom passed away in 2010. Okay, well, I look like the idiot of the evening, which is almost every night. So that's nothing new. I apologize that you lost your mother. And I'm sorry that the guy is history, but I'm actually glad because I really wasn't a big fan, but I didn't want to overstep. So thank you for sharing that with us. Miriam has been traveling. I get that, Kim. Getting back on slowly, I hope everyone has checked the podcast I do with Audit LA. I love Audit LA. No, so speaking of audit, hey, Mrs. Patty Cake. I love Laura FM. I love Laura FM. I'm sorry, Sikorsky, and I understand if you never come back in here because I made a effing fool of myself, and I do that often. So I can't promise it's not going to happen like in 10 minutes because it probably will. Hey, Alicia Johnson. Babe, stop sex texting. Oh, I like it. Oh, that gives me snail trails right there. That put a lightning bolt right down my slit, if you know what I mean. It is Friday night. I think it's okay to say that. Like, things are getting damp for me right now, if you know what I mean. Things are getting damp. I'm angry about it too. Tommy just wrote, I want you bad, and it pisses me off. And I'm like, ooh, that makes me feel damp. Hey, Rome, welcome in. So Laura FM, okay? Laura FM, uh, she's so cute, but she's hard to catch. And she comes into our streams and she teases us, right? She teases us with her fun little personality and her cute ass hair. Speaking of good hair, haha, Lady O, she has good hair. Laura FM never has a bad hair day, and that also angers me. Like, look at me coming in here looking like a damn squirrel. Um, she is so cute and she makes me mad. She's kind of like my relationship with Tommy. She's so cute, it kind of pisses me off. So she comes in here last night, strutting in here, being all cute and flirty and fun and living in a desert, just walking around with buckets of sand and, you know, scorpions and shit. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'd love to come on. Let's do it every week. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I get the call from the groomer. No, he hasn't picked up Spanx yet. Still got a couple hours. So I get the call from the groomer. I know I love Laura FM's dog. And the groomer's like, hey, come get your naked poodle. And I'm like, okay. So then I texted Laura and I was like, hey, can you do a show with me in like an hour and a half? Well, that little saucy minx, she was like, I wish, but I can't. And she was like, but I can tomorrow. And I was like, well, I might ghost you because I'm upset right now and I don't know how to feel. And when I don't feel emotionally mature and I don't know how to deal with my feelings, I'm going to start ghosting your ass, which I can't do that to Laura FM. Let's be real. But I might do something this weekend with her. I would like to do that if you guys are up for it. I'm up for it. Babe, do you want to just get on live with me? So sometimes I get uncomfortable. And I don't really have a topic tonight other than I would like for you to stay, if you would. And I'm feeling lonely about things. There he is. I've been reading all your texts aloud. You don't have to act shy in here. I just told everybody how damp my seat is. I was like, dang, lightning bolt right down the slit. Snail trails. Can't stay, got to pick up my son. You look downright fabulous, kind of crazy. Yeah, well, I think he's feeling it too. Babe, tell everybody how pissed it makes you because I get mad about it too. If Tommy hops on a live and he's wearing like some sexy shirt I bought for him with that hat, I get all pissed off. I get all hot and bothered. I'm like, what gives you the right to be looking that hot? Exactly, Sophia. Hey, Tiffany Murfitt. It makes me mad. And I think Tommy's only gotten hotter over the years. Like he wasn't as cute when I first met him. And that happens with every man I end up with. I always have to kind of like zhuzh him up a little bit. And I know that you're looking at me right now going, you've never looked uglier. How could you say that? But it's true. Tommy has never looked hotter and it pisses me off. Like when I first met him, he dyed his mustache. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to be with that. I'm not going to cheat on my husband for this. Um, Debbie Beck, I hope that you feel better, babe. And I was like, if you expect me to cheat on Jeff, like you're going to have to do better than that. So you better undye that thing. And he did. And he got a better pair of jeans. And I think he also just got happier. Yeah, D. And he just looks hot as shit now. And it kind of makes me mad. I'm like, you remember at the end, toward the end of The Devil Wears Prada, when I can't think of the actress's name. Anne something, help me. Hathaway. Anne Hathaway's character, Stanley Tucci, she walks up to him and she like is all cutely dressed. And remember how she didn't dress very good in the beginning? Okay. It's fine. It's just not for everyone, but it was bad. And he looks at her and he goes, who put that together for you? I always say that now when I see someone wearing a cute outfit, especially Tommy. I'm like, who put that together for you? Who put that together for you? And she's like, oh, I just threw it on. Like, she's so cute, right? And that's how I feel about Tommy now. Like, I'm like, who put you together? Who made you cute? You weren't this cute before. You weren't that cute. Like, you were cute, but you were all right. Like, wallpaper. I could have walked past it, but I admired it from afar. And now I'm like, I just want to rip his clothes off. And it's weird because I just think he's so much hotter. He's just a really hot criminal. Hey, Hope. Um, so sometimes I get uncomfortable. I love Stanley Tucci, Puka Vista, and I love that he's married to what's her name's sister. I do. I'm a big Stanley Tucci fan. I just think he's a great actor too, but I like him in real life and I just think he's a fun person. I think that if he and I were at like an evening cocktail party, I think we would stand around like for a good 15 minutes and talk like by a pool. I feel like he would probably think I was like in his top 5 for the evening of people he enjoyed socializing with. That's what I think. I think he would ride home in a car and be like, do you remember that weird girl by the pool whose bangs were confusing? I liked her. Hey, Margie Barr. Uh, yeah, I like his videos where he's like cooking in Italy. Does he live in Italy? So, King's Kids, sometimes I get uncomfortable and I want to have this discussion because I want to normalize it. Okay. I want to normalize that we all get uncomfortable and I need some advice actually. And I'm reaching out to you for this advice, for said advice. Where the hell is Holly? So, yeah, Kim is blue. That's what he would say. So, sometimes things happen in public and hey, Susan Trigg, we don't know what to do about it, do we? Oh, I didn't know that, Sophia. And me too, Puka Vista. And we don't know how to react in that moment. And you know exactly what I mean. There's so many people I've met who are like, I don't like confrontation. I don't. I'm awkward in public. I don't talk to people, right? Like, I'm not the only one here, and I'm not. The cheese shan't stand alone. Okay, so Today was not a good day to go to the vet. I went this morning. I took Glenda and I took Bo, right? And Gideon here had to get her anal glands expressed, which she does that every time. And she had to get her nails trimmed. And yeah, it was awkward. But I hear that, Hope. But guys, something weird happened today. Nice. Okay. Something weird happened. I'm not even going to talk about what happened this morning because you're going to get upset and triggered by it because I don't like veterinary offices. It wasn't horrible. Don't worry. It wasn't like, I don't know what to do here, but do we just go down the middle? Like, should I just try to, like, I'm trying to pull this off, but I just, I mean, it could be worse, right? It could be like Susie Oberhor. Um, it's not super triggering. It's not anything like that, but it really upset me. It upset me a lot, actually. So I won't talk about what I saw this morning. It wasn't the worst thing. No, Catherine J. I was actually pretty chill this morning. They did take Gideon. Thanks, Deb. Hey, Barbara Waite. They took Gideon back and they were like, Gertie. She came out and she was like, Gertie. And of course, there was a bunch of people there. And I was like, actually, today it's biblical. I was like, today. Wow! What are you doing over there? Good Lord, girl. What are you up to? Get in. I was like, actually, thanks, Marianne. Today our name is biblical. It's of Christ. All right, so let's really treat it like so. You know, she was born in a damn manger. Treat her appropriately. The three wise guys showed up with her and Christ and her parents, Mary and Jack. Oh, beautiful. Show some respect, damn it. Hey, Dan V. No, so the tech was really cute. Again, she was like 19, so I feel like it's appropriate to scare a 19-year-old. It's not the worst thing. Like, if she was like 35, I think that she might have called the proper authorities, but when they're 19, I feel like you can really screw around and scare the shit out of them, and they don't know who to call. Like, they're not smart enough yet to like call what authority. They're just gonna hop on Facebook and screw around. So she came out to get you, and I said, actually, her name is not Gertie today. I said, actually, today it's effing biblical. Okay. And I said, Punky's name is Gideon today. Today we call her Gideon. Beautiful, and kiss the footy paw. But while you're at it, trim the damn toenails, would you please? Um, Donna, doesn't she look amazing? Hey, Christine. Hey, Helen Baker. Nicole Hazelmiller. So today our name was biblical as shit. Today it's Gideon, and it might be Gideon tomorrow too, because she says I'm really liking and leaning into it. Not today, Susan B. The side eye is really intense. Um, and then when I brought, hey, P. Taylor. Thanks, P. Taylor. Good. I was worried about it. When I had to go, of course, when the. Yeah, I will, Margie Bar. I'm hoping to stream with her this weekend. Barbara Waite goes, there's a damn asterisk next to your name on the schedule at the vet. Oh, the receptionist hates me. She can't stand me. She's this old, mean bag. She's a dusty old queef, and I hope she's watching. Hey, Sharon, every time she hates me. She's rude every time, I tell you. She's got really, yeah, she does, Ghost Rider. She has beachy ear hair. Uh, Reese, your bangs are shades of Gideon. Oh my God, Laura FM is like a lightning bug flitting around. That's the cutest description of Laura FM anyone will ever be able to say. Hey, Lenora Gray. So Gideon went back and she says, I don't want to do it. I had to stand there while everybody stared at me. And I said, Gideon, damn it, girl, you're biblical. They talk about you in every Bible study on Sundays. I don't want to hear it. Your brother has to go get his damn ass shaved for 7 hours. You just have to get your ass expressed for 7 minutes. And that's what happened. And I said, not to mention, it's not going to take long, but guess who's going to go with you? That's right, Jesus. Hey, Aunt Nene Hobbs. He does. He looks great. And the best news is, Bo is now cooled off. Punky went back with the Lord. They went together, and she got her damn nails trimmed. And she came back out and she was so upset and she complained and she was so pissed. But it was so cute. So when she called to say, Bo is ready, come get your naked poodle, guess who said she has to come along with? She always has to come along just to make fun of his haircut, right? She doesn't need to go with me to pick him up, but she has to. So we went in together, of course, and it was so cute because what happened when we went in there? There were two ladies with corgis, and I was holding Gideon like so. We were waiting on the brother to come out. And King's Kid, you have no idea. And these ladies were cute, and they were like, she goes, that's the kid. I don't think they knew she was a she yet. They said, that is the, hey, Sylvia, did you Facebook friend me today? I think you did. She goes, that is the cutest dog. And I said, yes, she is. And she goes, what breed is she? And I said, it really doesn't matter, does it? I said, because what happened is it's actually biblical. I said, I think she is a Brussels Griffin mix if you want to call her that here on earth. But clearly she is of the heavens. And the lady's face totally changed. And I said, she's biblical, is what she is. Oh, she's not. Oh, she's not any. Oh, my goodness. Beautiful. Gorgeous. She's not. Okay, Sylvia, I'm so glad. I said she's not of this planet. Her birth story here is that she might be a canine breed, but she's not. Jesus sent her here, and the wise guys, and Jesus and God and her parents, Mary and Jack. Mary and John. Oh, gorgeous. Anyway, the ladies looked really scared. But I said she's in every Sunday Bible study and she's just not of this land. She is of the heaven. Oh! She's of not of earth. She's of the heavens and shit. Good Lord, girl. Wowie! Love you every day, Punky. Every day of this life. We really fucking cherish you. I don't know if you know. Sometimes I get uncomfortable and really needy about it. And sometimes I'm like, what will I do one day when you're dead? But then I think I'm gonna take you. We're gonna start a GoFundMe, and then we're gonna get the very best fucking taxidermists in the land, and we're gonna say stuff her, please, and then put this beautiful turkey feather to work, and attach that to it, so that it just looks like a beautiful little poo poo head with a turkey feather. You don't mind, do you? Because the problem is, my therapist said I have attachment issues, and I think it's probably fucking true when it comes to you. So we're gonna have to stuff you. Love you every day. Really, Tawny. So, as she's heavenly, it's a heavenly being. Um, so we've talked about the things that are uncomfortable in this world, and I don't know how to deal with them when it happens publicly. Now, don't freak out, everybody, but get over it. You're gonna have to get over it what I'm about to say because I had to withstand it. What do we do in awkward situations in public? What do we do when somebody does something really like very special, Sophia? What do we do? Oh my God, Helen, that's so. I love Chihuahuas. I had a Chihuahua named Gary, and I really want to get another one named Moses. Uh, okay, brace yourselves. I walked into the vet's office tonight to pick him up, and it was packed. The parking lot was packed, and I was like, And I walked in, and I'm carrying Gideon, and this really the deepest dog bark, like the most baritone bark I'd ever heard, happened to the left of me, and it was amazing. It was like I'd never heard anything like it. It was cool. It scared me a little. I mean, when I walked in, I kind of went, whoa, because I didn't expect it. And I looked to my left, and it is a giant Great Dane, like gray in color, beautiful dog. And there was a lady with him, and he barked, and it really pissed me off. Okay. He barked like that, and she went, and she smacked this dog on the face, like right on the nose. Hey, Caroline in Canada. And I watched her do it. Everybody watched her do it. And then she grabbed his muzzle, kind of like this. not like squeeze, but she just grabbed it and she was like, no. And I couldn't, like, the lady was like, who are you picking up? And like, I couldn't take my eyes off this woman. I was giving her the most devil look I could give her. I was so pissed off. Like, it's so, yeah. I try not to think about this kind of stuff on planet Earth because it happens all the time. I try not to think about kids or animals getting hurt because if I do, like, my mind will just melt down. Because I think it probably happens like more than we realize. But then I try to remember that the good things happen too. Like, there's really good things. People take care of animals, they foster animals. There's also good. I can't either, Miriam. So my question is this, because I actually witnessed this at TJ Maxx a long time ago too, but it was with a child. I watched a dad like get really abusive, like as publicly as he could with a kid, like grabbing the kid and like jerking the kid. And people saw it. I saw it. People saw what I saw today. But so a couple things. What am I hearing? Sounds like somebody's coming to murder me, but I've been watching a lot of true crime things and it's freaking me out. Yeah, Puka Vista. So I'm not the only one that witnessed this. I bet probably 8 other people saw it. And it's like, what do you do? Because let's face it. If you do what Miriam just said, in reality, I would tell them never to do that again. Okay, hold on. My camera's going off. What is that? Oh, okay, it's Amazon delivering Huxley's batteries and his phone charger. Let's just hope that maybe Bojangles doesn't hear it and go off. Pretend you have Tourette's and say what you think and blame it on Tourette's. Okay. Um Oh, YouTube unsubscribed P. Taylor. Will you check to see if you are subscribed? Because it does happen. Thank you for checking. So here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I get it, and some of you might be mad at me right now because I didn't say anything. Okay, let's pretend that I did say something. Let's pretend I said something really classy and kind. Or let's pretend I went off. It doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Because she's going to take that dog home with her. And she actually might be that kind of a mean person where she would like target the dog for what I did. Like, what if she leaves and kicks the fucking dog because I did that? Thanks, Buffy. So it's like, I don't know how to deal with those situations because if I, let's put it this way. If I could have been like, I'm taking that dog and left with the dog, then I would have done it. But it's not my dog. It's not my property. When people do that to their children, you can't take the kids. What do you do in a scenario like that? Nothing. Like, there's really no one did anything. No one said anything. Now, I looked around the room and everyone was looking at this woman. I mean, it wasn't like she beat the dog. It wasn't like this, like, bam. Like, she didn't go, it wasn't horrible, but it was horrible for me because I don't believe in hitting animals, but also especially hitting them in the face. I really don't like that. So I will totally admit I've had Bo almost, he'll be 5 next month. And I have probably twice now gotten to, I had to do where I was like on his butt. I've done that to his butt. And both times I did it, I felt horrible about it. Like, I was like, there's a better way. I shouldn't have done that. It was like an immediate jerk reaction. It was when he was getting into it with my parents' dogs and I was like trying to shake him off, like get him out of it. But yeah, so Anita Card says, I would have said that isn't teaching him anything but fear to you. Again, that's probably going to piss the person off. Let's be honest. Do you like being corrected in front of people? No. I don't think that would have worked either. It's not that you're wrong, Anita, you're right. But I would not want to aggravate the situation to where she takes it out later on the dog. Right? I don't want to, I wouldn't want to publicly embarrass the woman or correct her. One, where she's like, oh, really? What the fuck do you know? Like, I don't want that confrontation. But also, I wouldn't want her taking it out on the dog. Like, what if she's like, that's my dog. I can do whatever I want, butt out. Like, I don't know. Um, so it's not, it wasn't like super, it was just she went, and she whacked him up. Like, Great Danes have long muzzles, snouts. And it was like Bo's, really. And she just right on his face. And I just hated it. And I was like, why would you do that? And if I like even now I'm so it's very uncomfortable. You don't know I don't know what to do in those kind of situations. And you don't know what you would do until it happens. And now when I was driving home, I was like sick about it. I was like, I hate that she did that. I hate that I didn't do anything. And now that I think about it, there's no way it's not going to get confrontational. What do you say that's not there she is. Love you, Laura FM. Maybe we can do a stream soon. Um, what could you say that's not going to cause an issue? And I guess I probably looking back thinking about it, I probably should have said something like, I love that for you, Lara FM, and I'm proud of you. Oh, I'm sure he was stressed at the vet, and he wasn't aggressively barking. It was a mighty bark. I was impressed by him. He was a cool dog. He didn't come off as aggressive to me. It was just like you said, he was probably stressed out. Um, but I think how do you deal with that? What do you say? And in that moment, I had nothing to say. I just gave her a scathing look. But I thought, what do you say in weird situations like that? Because we've all experienced it. And I mean, let's face it, going off on someone, that's not going to work. And again, it risks the person taking it out on the animal or the child later. So I don't like that idea. But I thought I could have probably just said to her, like, now, what good does that do? Honestly, like, I'm not trying to be aggressive with you, but um, yeah, golden play. Hey, Maisie, I've never been able to take the high road. I speak my mind nicely. Well, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just wonder in those instances, what do you do when you see something weird? Now, clearly this is case by case because I don't want people to hear what I didn't just say. Okay. If you saw something actually happening, if I saw a child actually being abused or an animal, I think I would just stop and stand there with the person and call 911 and probably start videoing it is what I would actually I would never ever ever walk away from a scenario where like somebody was getting actually hurt and it was against the law. There's nothing you could have done. You're not going to call the police because the lady smacked the dog in the face. Um, Tiffany Murfitt, I mean, you could say, yeah, can I help you? I guess so. It's, yeah, Nancy, it shocks us sometimes and we are frozen. Well, hey, Beth, like Aunt Nene Hobbs said, it might have been hard for me to keep my mouth shut. I am not the kind of person to start some public screaming match. So I don't know if that was wrong that I didn't do that. I basically, I'm talking about it now because I still am like, what could I have done? I drove away and I was like, oh God, I hate it. I hate that. I mean, I'll just tell you while we're talking about it. So this morning, a really old man shuffled in, and I mean old. This guy was probably in his effing 90s. Came in with a dog that looked like it was already dead. It looked just like Gertie, but its hair was so out of control, matted, and it was white. And he comes slinging it under his arm, and the dog looked like it was gonna take its last breath. It was spewing vomit. It threw up all over the floor. He threw it up on the counter, and didn't have an appointment. And he was like, "Something's wrong. I don't know." He was like, "But she needs to be seen." And I was watching this dog, and it was like it was. I was like, "I can't watch this." I actually said, "I'm going to step outside and wait." Yeah, Kiki. And so it tore me up all day long. I was like, I wonder what happened to the dog. I'm sure that dog died. I have no doubt that the dog died. It just didn't look right. And it was a bad deal. And I thought I could never work in a vet's office. Bless all of you people who work in offices. Yeah, Catherine J. Just the dog had been neglected. It was really bad. And I came in to pick up Bo tonight and I said, I don't know if you can tell me this. I said, but I've been upset all day about that white dog that was super matted, that was spewing vomit and taking its last breath. I said, did it die? Did you guys put it down? Is it dead? And she goes, nope, we sent it home with medication. And I was like, okay. I just kind of had to know. Like I kept thinking all day, I'm guessing, good night, Ghost Rider. I understand. I'm guessing that it died, but it didn't. It didn't. So what I'm saying is, and like the time I was at a TJ Maxx and there was a dad that was um kind of not hitting, not outright like hitting the kid, but you could tell he was pissed. The kid was being loud and he was like grabbing the kid by the shirt and like jerking the kid around. I don't think a parent's going to get arrested for that, but it still made me extremely uncomfortable. But what I'm asking you guys, and I get that this is triggering, but what do you do? Like in all honesty, when it's mild enough that you can't get him arrested, right? Or like the old man this morning, right? Like Buffy, the old guy this morning, of course I mean, he was old. I don't, you have to understand that too. Like when really old people have pets, it's kind of a gamble because like I had, I had seen in many situations when I worked in senior living where they had a cat, like really old people, and the cat's 500 pounds because they just feed it and feed it and feed. Like it kind of gets, you don't want to take anybody's pets away from them, but you got to have some sort of supervision there too. Like I really would say like you got to have some children or a caregiver or somebody that really makes sure the animal has water and they're not overfeeding it, shit like that. Um we were at the vet on Tuesday and this big dog, 2-year-old mix of pitty and greyhound, suddenly attacked Boo Boo. Guys, that's Armine's dog. And I was in shock for a second before I was able to push her off him. Didn't know what to do. First of all, how is Boo Boo now? That's really, really upsetting. What came of that? Like badly attacked? Did we have to do stitches, surgery? Oh my god. Good for you, Aunt Nene Hobbs. See, this situation here, I called the police recently because some lady locked her child out of a car and left him. He was screaming and yelling. So I that's exactly what we should all do in that kind of a scenario. Call the police. What about making some kind of comment toward the dog, not the owner? Like, wow, you certainly have something to say. I'm listening, to give the owner the sense that it's okay. Stacey, that's kind of what my solution was. It's funny you say that. I was thinking, I wish I would have said something like, beautiful bark, big boy, like to validate the dog. Like, you're not, I think she was embarrassed thinking like his bark scared everyone. So he needed to be punished for it. And I just hated that. And I've seen that happen to kids, right? Like, where a kid can be too loud or chatty and the parents like yell and snap at the child. And it's like, if the kid isn't bothering anyone, you don't have to like take it to that extreme. And so I'm admitting to this. Like I know I'm going to get shamed, hated, unsubscribed, punished, however you want to do it. Go for it. Leave some hate comments. But it's real life and it happens and I don't know how to deal with those weird scenarios when that happens. Because the other thing is it's like some things really aren't your business. Here's the other thing I've been thinking about lately too. Not everything is your fucking problem and like not, you don't have to have an opinion on everything and everyone. Like, if it's not in your lane, stay the fuck out of it. Don't meddle. You don't have to meddle in every single thing. Not everything requires your reaction, your opinion. Now, I'm not really, that doesn't pertain to what I'm talking about here. Thank you, Debbie. Nothing happened because I reacted very quickly. He's okay. It was frightening because it was unprovoked. Yeah, Armenia, that would have scared. I'm that way with Gertie. I am highly protective of her. That's why I don't even put a leash on her when I go to the vet because I won't put her down. I won't even put her down because people are coming in and out all the time with their dogs and I don't trust that shit. I would be, she's so tiny. Like if some big aggressive dog came in and didn't like her smell and just picked her up and shook her like a rag doll, you'd be seeing me all over the news, right? Because I would have dove into that fight and killed that fucking dog. So I carry her. I don't even F around. I have Bo on one leash and I have her just on my chest. There's absolutely no way I'm going to put her on a leash and even put her down. I won't risk it. So, Armina, I totally understand it. I'm sorry that happened. Boo Boo's a little bit bigger than Gertie. You couldn't really carry him. I get that. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but Gary, oh, look at this picture I found the other day. I saved it. It like popped up on my years ago on Facebook or something. Look at Gary and Fred. Oh my God. So this was my husband who died. This is my Chihuahua who died, and they died 3 days apart. How old is Gertie, Lenora? I think she's around 13 now. I rescued her October 1st. Oh, it's coming up of 2016. And they said she was 2 or 3 at the time, sadly, and she's got real dense cataracts. I think she's around 13. So here's Gary and Fred. How cute is that? And how wild is it that they died 3 days apart of heart failure? They both died 3 days apart. No idea either one of them were going to die, but how cute is that picture? Fred loved animals. And look at Gary's eyeballs. Gary was a little mouse. Gary literally had mice feet. Look at his feet. I told him that all the time. I was like, Gary, did you know that you have mice feet? And I would go, Gary, Gary. He was smaller. He was like, Gary was about 4 pounds. Gertie's like 6 pounds. He like Gertie's foot was so much bigger than his. Like he was so little, and he never spoke English. He would not learn English. He was Hispanic, and he had mousy footy paws, and he was so cute. But he was like, "F you, I do what I want, bitch." He threw up gang signs. He came from the cartel. And so he pissed on whatever he wanted to piss on. He was a little Gary was a rebel, okay? I loved Gary. I had him for 12 years, and of course Fred loved him. But this was so stupid of me, and I'd never had Gary was my first dog I got with my apartment, and then I went and rescued him, and then I rescued a cat from a vet's office that put up I almost want to say it was in the paper, or I saw it in a sign somewhere. There was a pregnant cat that came in, and they had all these kittens, and they needed to get rid of them. And I was like, why not? I had an apartment. I was like 19. So I went and rescued this cat. Her name was Carmela. I named her that from The Sopranos. And she was the only one left. She was the only one left. All of them got rescued except her. And they said that wasn't picked because she was amazing. Her back end, she had like a cheetah body. And so her legs and back end were way longer than the front. She was like stubby in the front, but she had like long back legs, and nobody wanted her. And I was like, that's what the vet told me when I went to get her. And I said, are you kidding? Like, she looks like a cheetah. She's amazing. I loved Carmela. And so Gary and Carmela lived with me. Anyway, the point is, I wasn't like smart, I want to say, as a dog mom, as a dog owner. I was not responsible to think this through. And there was a place in Kansas City called Shawnee Mission Park. Amazing park if you're ever in Kansas City. Humongous park. But they have a dog park there, and it's off leash. And I loved going, and I took Gary all the time. On Sundays we would go, and he would walk and run around, and there'd be giant Irish wolfhounds, and there'd be tiny little Garys, and everybody ran around, and some of the big dogs would fight. But one day, a Saint Bernard got a hold of Gary, and I mean got a hold of him, picked him up, and just shook him, and he was screaming, and carried him all through the forest, through the woods. This went on for like 20 minutes. We couldn't catch him, and I say we because there was like a group of 25 people at this point that were chasing after this dog with me because it was so traumatic. And what he would do is he'd set Gary down for a minute, pick him up, shake him, and when we'd get close enough, he'd take off again. Like, this dog wouldn't let us get anywhere near him, and I'm just hysterical. I just was like, my dog's dead. He killed my dog. Hey, Gigi. And miracle. Like, Gary must have been also born next to the Lord, because the dog finally let go of him, and we were near the parking lot, and Gary took off and went underneath a car. And he got to safety doing that. And I was hysterical. I was screaming. I was so distraught. And I dove under this car, and he was like under there just shaking and totally traumatized. Yeah, Marty Jewell, you lived in Olathe. Hey, Lilac Lime, the owner of the dog did not give two shits. Like, I had Gary in my arms, and I was bawling, and I was walking to my car, and I saw the owner with the dog, and he was like, go fuck yourself, lady. And I was bawling, and I was like, you're a horrible person, and if I had a weapon on me, you'd be sorry. So I dove in my car. I took Gary to the vet. He wasn't bleeding, nothing. He had no marks on him. And I took him to the vet, and I couldn't stop crying. And the vet was shocked. He said, I'm really blown away because usually if a big dog picks up and shakes a little dog, the little dog, usually the skin from the back of the neck will like rip. And he said, usually I've seen that, like it will tear the skin open. And I was like, and you don't see any of that? Like there's nothing? And he was like, there's nothing wrong with him. He was like, I'm sure he's going to be freaked out, but like, no, I don't see any injuries. And I was like, what about like Prozac or something? I was like, does he need like something for emotional, like for the weekend? I was serious. I was like, does he have emotional damage that like I need to, hey, Sierra Terry. Um, and so from that point on, Gary was okay. He was fine, but he was very young. He was probably 2 or 3. And until he died when he was 12, he had like major PTSD around dogs. Major. Like I would walk him. I never took him to a dog park again. And knowing what I know now, I would never do that. Like my dog trainer that we hired for Bo way back when we first got him, she was like, dog parks, don't ever take your dog to a dog park. She was like, they're horrible places. They can get diseases, but like they can get in major fights. Letting a bunch of dogs off leash is not a good idea. I'm so sorry, Sylvia. Hey, Zoe. And so I would never take Gertie to a dog park. But it was sad because every time I walked Gary on his little tiny harness, if he saw another dog, he would go nuts. He just freaked out. And so I would just pick him up and carry him. But Gary he was hilarious and I loved Gary. What was I getting at? I don't remember. There was a point to that story. I can't remember. It had to do with the vet this morning. I was trying to piece something together, but we'll come back to it if it ever comes back to me. But um, I'm just super cautious. And Armina, I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm sorry, Miriam. I feel like I've been a downer lately. Like I've had people backing out of my streams. They're like, "Sorry, I don't want to listen to you tonight." Sorry, guys. I sometimes go into weird subjects and topics. But the point is, I don't take Gertie. Like I just am way. If again, if I knew all of that information then, I was 19 when I got him. That probably happened when I was 21. I would have never taken him to a dog park, and I would never do that with her. I would never ever do that with her. I'm so sorry, Robin Miners. And so ever since then, too, I've kind of been afraid of Saint Bernards, even though I think they're beautiful dogs. They make me a little bit. No, Maisie Shiloh, I don't know what I was trying to compare there. Um, and we can change the subject, guys. I know that's not the best topic and it upsets people. Um, hang on just a sec. Isn't that the cutest damn thing you've ever seen? Is that so cute? Gilly! Look at his eyes. And you know what was unusual about him? And I told him all the time, you have a pink nose. Most Chihuahuas have a black nose. And I always told him how cute and lucky he was that he had a pink nose. Catherine J, I know. I still don't know though what I was trying to piece together. Um, what was it? I said I gotta play that on my channel or read that on my channel, and now I don't know what it was. You know what? I think it was this. I'm changing the subject real quick. No, P. Taylor, no Colts and Crims again tonight because he's going to pick up Spanx. They're taking my driver and going to the airport, which is a 2-hour drive, to pick up Spanx tonight. So no, there won't be. Tommy's not even doing a boat tonight. You're not a downer. You have lots of lovely bedtime stories. Zoe, it's really good to see you. I never get to see you anymore. You're afraid of dogs. You know, I didn't tell you guys this. Hey, Lupita. Hey, Tony P. I don't think I told you guys this, but it was so weird. I had a UPS package delivered like 2 weeks ago, and Bo and I were outside, but we were on the side of my house, and I didn't know UPS pulled up, but of course Bo did because he always knows. So he goes around to the front of the house, and the guy goes, yeah, Susan Trigg. I was saying, what do you do in those awkward ass situations? I'm sorry, Hope. That sucks. That's okay. You can still just hang out with us. And the guy comes up to the comes starts to come out of his truck, and Bo's just standing there. He's not doing anything. He's just standing there. And the guy goes, "Hey, Ann Battles." The UPS man goes, um, "I'm not getting out of the truck with that." And I said, "Oh, him?" I said, "No, he's very super friendly." I said, "He's really friendly." He goes, "Yeah, I've heard that before." He goes, "Every time I hear that, I get bit." And I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, no problem." So I grabbed Bo's sitting. He's literally sitting down. He's not doing anything. So I grabbed his collar and I'm holding on to it. And I said, "You can," and I would have taken the package, but it was this big. It was dog food actually that I had ordered. And he goes, I said, "I have his collar. You're good." And he goes, "No." He goes, "That dog looks vicious. I'm sorry." And I was like, okay. I really wanted to be like, then get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck off my property. Like, it really made me mad. I was like, the dog isn't doing anything. Get the fuck out of here with your overly dramatic bullshit. When I was 8 and Akita bit my lip and I had 47 stitches, that's crazy. I need a card. When I was 6, I got bit by a Shih Tzu right here. And I got 3 stitches right there. That damn thing was so close to my eye. And I got attacked by a chow when I was little too, but I didn't get any stitches. It just knocked me down and was like growling at me. Um, I know they do, Miriam, but this was over the top. Like if I was like having to hold him back and Bo was growling and like I would get it, but there was nothing. There was nothing to warrant that kind of reaction. Like he was seated next to me, like he was just staring at the guy, and I thought, okay, that's ridiculous, dude. Like I get it, but I'm holding him. It just made me, I was like, that's over the top. That doesn't match the situation. I would totally understand if Bo were acting aggressive. I would have done the same thing. I'd have been like, I'm sure he's nice, but your dog is growling at me or he's barking. Something, right? Like what if you were jumping? I get it. He was seated. He was sitting there. Like looking at butterflies. I was like, this is ridiculous. That's stupid. Um, you're surprised my dad let me go get stitches? My mom was still around. I think I was 5 when it happened, and my mom was with him and said, "We are taking her to the hospital." Yeah, I don't think I would have gone. I probably wouldn't have gone if my mom hadn't have been there. I want you guys to hear this. Oh, that's crazy, Zoe. I mean, I think back at how lucky I am getting stitches right here. Like, what if that dog had hit my eye? That would have sucked. To this day, though, I'm kind of freaked out by Shih Tzus. I don't love them. I don't. I get it. Like I need a card. I don't know if you feel that way about Akitas. Chows make me a little bit nervous. I've heard bad stories about chows, but we all know it's really not the dog; it's the owner. I mean, that rings pretty true. I know people have said pit bulls are nasty or can be. I've never met a mean pit bull. I've met a lot of pit bulls and they were all really sweet, but I wouldn't be afraid to be around a random pit bull, but I wouldn't put my dog near one. I would put myself near one before I would put my dog. I would never put Huxley in front of a pit bull. That would make me nervous. Amazon delivery guy kicked my dog. What? When he went over to greet him in my yard, so my dog snapped and the guy insisted on an ambulance. I called the police. We have it all on video. Wow. There's Holly. Dalmatians are bad, but majority my dog claims were retrieved. I have heard that Dalmatians are kind of moody. At my last job, I was in a home counselor and I went to client's house and got bit in the leg by 2 bulldogs. Fuck that. I'm sorry. I Here's the thing, guys. This is weird for me. I am an animal lover, but no way. Like I get more and more nervous every day around my mom's Great Pyrenees. They're like polar bears. They are massive. Their heads are huge and they are guard dogs. They don't live inside, they live outside and they watch the animals and they watch the farm. And that's cool and all, but they have shown aggression toward me. And I don't go there anymore if my parents aren't home because they seem to be more aggressive and guarding their property when they're not home, which kind of makes sense. But I went up there the other day and they were they, I mean, they chase your car. They chase your car. They come up to you like right when you're getting out of the car. They growl. They're definitely a couple of Aaron Smith Levins. They're certainly like Ike Turners. And I'll tell you what, every time they come up to my car like that, I go, I will kick the ever living shit out of your fucking face. Get the fuck away from my car. I start screaming at them. I'm like, Curly, I will fuck you up. Yeah, they're guarding tomatoes. I get so crazy because it's Gertie I worry about. I worry that they're gonna like. I'm like, if those dogs snap one day and do something to me or Gertie, that's how I'll die. Like, just know that that's how I wanted to go. I tell my mom every time. I'm like, I will kill those dogs. Like, if they bite me, if they do anything crazy, mom. And she's like, they're just guarding their property. And I'm like, yeah, but I've lived here for 2 years. Like, they know who I am, and it's fucking weird. And every time I get all like crazy gangster on them, I'm like, I will fuck your life up. I will burn you to the ground. I will fucking kill your whole family. Don't do it. It's crazy. They get really weird. They're kind of getting, I've told my mom. Evan Kaftan, thank you so much and welcome in. Happy Friday. That's silly. Hey, wine. Yeah, it's a weird thing because I love animals so much. But if they show aggression like that, it's the same thing. It's like, what do you do? What do you do? It's like kill or be killed. These are some large ass dogs. Isn't it wild when a hater comes in to say this and they're in here with us? I think that's so weird. If you hate beef tartare, why are you here? Like, it's such a weird mental illness to me to be like, I hate you, but I'm watching. Like, that's literally being like, I hate fish, but I'm sitting here eating it. I don't understand. It's just something I can't compute. Hey, Lady Jane out. But I want you guys to hear this. Switching topics real quick. I want you guys to hear this. Hey, Heather. Listen to this.
I saw this quote the other day that I cannot stop thinking about. The degree to which a person can grow is directly proportional to the amount of truth he can accept within himself without running away. I saw that.
What do you think of that? I found that to be very possible, very powerful. Hey, Lori Lee. Somebody else. Hey, Kyla. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. I want to play that one more time because it's kind of one of those things. It's going to hit the people who it needs to hit. Hey, Riley's human. Listen to that one more time. It's really quick.
This quote the other day that I cannot stop thinking about. The degree to which a person can grow is directly proportional to the amount of truth he can accept within himself without running away.
So if you think about that, that makes me think of like, I hate to put him on blast here. I really don't even care about Aaron anymore. But that makes me think of people like Aaron. It's directly related. Your growth is related to how much truth that you can reflect on yourself and take accountability. And I know he didn't say all that, but that's how I look at that. Beautiful dreamer. I don't even know who his name was. Yes, I love this. If you can't face and name it, you can't heal and grow. That actually makes me think of Sophia, that saying like you got to feel to heal. If you, it makes me think of Aaron, but it makes me think of my ex-husband so much because he was in denial about everything. Like I would be like, we need to talk about that. I don't like that. And he'd be like, well, when you're done being a bitch, let me know. Like there was no oh my God, Tiffany, I'm sorry to hear that. There was no, it's not even self-reflection. Like when you're in a relationship, have you ever experienced that in a relationship where like, have you ever had a person that you're with where they won't deal with shit? So they're just like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to listen to that. I'm not going to talk about that. Do you ever do that? What is Lady Jane? I agree. If you aren't, yeah, Zoe, if you aren't self aware, you can't be compassionate or hold accountability. Yes. I think that's, why is that still, hold on. Is that still on? No. Okay, I turned it off. Do not fear. Oh, yeah, okay, Lady Jane. Do not fear is the most repeated phrase in both testaments of the Bible. Reese, we all have fear and anxiety, but life is only lived once. It's conquered. I like that, beautiful dreamer. What did I just do? Oh my God, that freaked me out. I just made my whole screen go away and I thought I ended the stream. I know, Kim. Hey, Bridge. Yeah, it just gets swept under the rug and nothing ever changes. And so, Kathy Brown, I feel like we can do that with ourselves too, right? Tons of people. And again, I won't say his name. Let's just say people who are like, I don't believe in therapy. I'm not going to get therapy. I don't do therapy. I don't need therapy, any of that. People who are not willing to talk about their issues, reflect on that. But then you have couples who are that way. And that's just as bad. It's the same thing. It's like Jeff would say to me so many times, like, I don't want to talk about that. We're not going to deal with that right now. And I was like, I am so the opposite of that. I want to deal with everything right now. Like, even if it hurts, even if I'm nervous, I want to deal with it. How the fuck are we going to get through anything if we're always shelving everything? If you're putting a pin in everything, like what, how do we, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going to end up if we don't do anything about it? So I really, really, really liked that. And I found that to be,
I saw this quote the other day that I cannot stop thinking about. The degree to which a person can grow is directly proportional to the amount of truth he can accept within himself without running away.
again, that's one of those quotes that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. That may have meant nothing to any of you because you may not be at a point in your life where that needs to matter to you. Yeah, Bridge, people are in denial a lot and avoidance. And as I said, I've been talking about it because I'm going through it. I recently lost a good friend. And I'm sorry, I feel like I have a cat hair or there. Yep, I got it. I recently lost a good friend. And Tommy's going to get Spanx. He said, time to go pick up our boy. That's so sweet. I recently lost a friend and it was in a really horrific way. And I explained the way. I'm not trying to hide it. I had a friend recently who basically to put just for the people who don't know, and I know you don't care, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm using this as an example. I recently had a good friend who thought it was wise, and I still don't know why this person did this. As a matter of fact, I don't mind talking and opening up about this because thank you, Kathy Brown. Because I might need to say this and I might need some feedback on this. If you don't mind, I'd like to talk about this for a minute. I'm still really struggling with it. I can't seem to let it go. I'm really struggling with it. Okay, so I had a good friend who took it upon herself to, and this is all recently. I did not know this. Okay, this is all I did not know any of this. I just found this out. Okay. Um. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Tommy's messaging me about our driver in Ecuador. No. He's asking me what the charge is. Sorry, guys. Hey, Yorkie mom again. So I recently had a friend, and I want you guys to hear this if you don't mind. Are you guys still not hearing me right? This is weirding me out. Is my mic wrong? Is something not right? I'll restart my computer tonight, but I'm going to wait for answers because if it's not right, I'll plug in my actual microphone. I just don't ever use it. Hey, Petey! I love that Pete's there. Pete, I'm thinking about you. Okay, everybody's saying it's fine. Huh. Couple people are saying I don't sound right. All right, hold on. Because I don't want those couple people to have to suffer. Hang on. Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me on this better? Tell me if this is better. Oh my God, Pete's hilarious. Hey, Case Face. I think it's interesting how vastly different Jeff and Tommy are and how much growth and learning you did to prepare yourself. Thank you. I love you, Case Face, and it's nice to see you. Thank you. Okay, so this is better. Nice. All right. Well, if you guys want me to, I'll do this from now on. 1 sec. You know what's interesting is I have used this before with you guys. Sorry, I don't like dust. I have used this before with you guys. Thank you, Case Face. And a lot of times you guys are like, there's no difference. It's not much better. Okay, so that's fine. We can use this mic. I'm happy to use it. I mean, that's what it's here for. We've had it for a long time. Okay, so Patty, this is better. So this is louder. Okay, well, I don't like that. I want to be screaming at you guys. Adjust accordingly, please. But if this is more clear, we'll do it this way. That's no problem. So I want to walk you guys through this because you know what? There's no boat tonight. I'm having some thoughts, and it's kind of a free for all tonight, which it is every night. But I'm kind of in my head about this, and I want to walk through it one more time. And if you're willing to walk through it with me, great. If you're not, I understand. You can come back to a different stream, and it will be totally different. Nice, Patty. I'm glad. Okay, Brock. So I had a good friend recently, and again, I heard something weird. I don't know, Kim. I'm going to restart my computer after this. Just I haven't touched anything, so it shouldn't be any different, but I don't know. So this is just to the haters who are listening, who are going to take to this and go, look at her outing people and talking shit about people. You can think that all day long, but I verbally process here, and you'll notice something I'm not doing. Sure. Does it seem like I'm throwing someone under the bus? Maybe if you're a hater, but what I'm doing is processing it. And also, what I'm doing is I'm not naming this person. You'll never have an idea of who this person is. You will never know because I will not give clues about that. I will not name them. I would never go that low and be disrespectful. I'm not trying to out them. It's not a slimy, shitty move. This is just something that happened that I experienced this last week, and it really shook me, and I can't seem to let it go. So I kind of want to walk you guys through it if you're willing. So I had a good friend who I guess recently has been having feelings that she's not a big fan of Tommy anymore. This person is not a fan of Tommy anymore. She's been my friend for a couple of years now. I've met this person before in person, and they all of a sudden, I don't know that if she was ever like all about Tommy, but she recently decided through some other research with another creator on YouTube who kind of trashed Tommy. And it's not one of my haters. So before they start getting excited and taking credit, it's not that person. My friend would never go watch the haters or never did anyway. Thank you, Riley's Human. So it was through someone that was a mutual friend of ours, mutual person, I guess, that we watch. She didn't like some of the hate there on Tommy, and then decided she was not a fan of, like, all of a sudden the long con stuff started coming up. This is all here. I didn't know this. This person didn't bring it to me. Okay. What they did instead was they started having all these doubts about me, but more so my relationship with Tommy. This person wrote up a very, very lengthy, very thought out, very articulated email. Okay. And sent it to one person I'm aware of. It could have been more than one person. I have no idea. And it really doesn't matter at this point. But they sent a very lengthy email. Hey, Elena Rainerman. I love when you're in here. They sent a very lengthy email to a friend of mine, not a friend of this person's. Does that make sense? So the friend I'm talking about sent an email to a friend of mine, but would be at best an acquaintance to the friend who sent the email. So how did they get their email? They asked for it. And I don't really want to say too much more about that, but they asked for it and took it upon themselves to email a good friend of mine. Keep in mind, my friend who is on the fence about my life isn't friends with this person, just got their email. Almost, I would say this person's a stranger, almost, to this person. And she sends an email to my friend and says, I just want to reach out because I'm having all these thoughts and I need to vent to somebody, basically. And I need to vent to somebody who's not on the Tommy train. And I'm not liking Tommy, and I don't like his record. I don't like his criminal record. I don't like the long con, and all this is just like, she's just coming apart about it. Like, she's like, I don't like Reese when she's with him. I don't like this about it. I'm just not a fan of Tommy here. Oh, and I will. And she's just going down the list basically of why she just can't seem to get on board with Tommy. It's not so much me, because she's very clear in this email saying, I love Reese. I'm a good friend of Reese's. I respect her. I know she's a grown up and can make her own decisions, but I'm just not comfortable with their relationship. And I'm just not a Tommy fan. And I don't know what to do about it. And I just need somebody to vent it to. And she's like, I just need someone to tell me I'm not crazy, that like Tommy isn't a good guy. And I just, and then she says, please keep this between us. So I want you to understand, this email was sent and nothing in this email was about this person's personal life. So that would be different, right? Like if this person reached out and was like, hey, I know I don't know you very well, but I need to vent to somebody. I'm having a problem. No, 0% of this email, yes, Nancy, 0% of this email was about her life, her husband, her children, her anything, right? Nothing. It was completely all about me and Tommy. Paragraph after paragraph was like, and I'm not comfortable with his criminal record, and I don't like the long con, and I really just am not a fan of him, and I just don't know how I feel about Reese with him, and I don't like that Reese does this, and I don't like that Reese, I love Reese, and I never want to not be friends with Reese, but I just don't know where to turn. Okay? I know this person might be watching right now, and I know this is upsetting for you, but this is extremely upsetting for me, and I can't seem to shake it. It's really upset me. And again, I would never out this person. You'll never know who this person is. I would never embarrass a person like that. I'm just simply talking about my experience. This is my life. This is my lane. It's not like I'm sitting here doing content on someone else that I don't know, like kind of like Marilyn Honig did, right? I'm not, this is something that happened to me. So I'm here to talk about it. I'm sorry. So it backfires because my friend who she sent the email to reaches out to me and says, hey, holy shit, I know you're friends with this lady, but I'm not. And I don't know her, but she got my email and this is what she said. And so I read the email and I was like, that's so heartbreaking. Like I felt like I was bleeding. I was like, that's so cringy. One, but it's like such betrayal. It's such a feeling of betrayal. I was like, wait, what? Like I had to read this thing like 10 times. I couldn't get past it. And I still can't get past it because it wasn't about her. It was only about me and Tommy and how she disapproves, right, of me and Tommy. And those were her words. She said, "I'm reaching out to you because I want to talk to someone who's not on the Tommy train." That's what it said. And again, that's just so hurtful. Like it makes me feel like a 4-year-old child. Like it makes me feel like what are you trying to accomplish by doing this? Honestly, I keep going over in my head, what was the intent? Say this hadn't backfired. Are you recruiting allies? Were you going to have like an intervention? Were you going to email like 6 or 7 of my friends and get all of them on board and then you guys were all going to sit me down and have an intervention about Tommy? Was it going to be like you just needed validation? You're just a person who's never grown out of that and like you can't validate yourself, so you need to reach externally for validation? Like why is it? What was the point of that? I'm just scouring my mind about it. I'm like, what was the intent behind that? And how many other people did she email and say that same thing? So, and the other weird thing about this was this person really, really, really pushed me about Nora. And she said mentioned it in that email, but she also was texting me pretty constantly. And she was like, "You need to repair that friendship. You need to repair it. It's not fair. Like Nora was triggered and you really need to do something about it. Do not let this friendship go." And then she mentioned it in the email. And she was like, "I'm so sad. She needs to fix things with Nora. I feel so sad for Nora." And again, that all may be fine and fair, but that's not your place. And I think what happened here was she was texting me like back when Nora made that post about Tommy. And she was like, "I know you're mad, but you need to fix this with Nora." And I wrote her back and I was like, "Well, right now I'm really upset. My feelings are hurt." And I said, "I don't know what I'm going to do with Nora. I'm really upset right now. Like, I'm not even really thinking about it. I'm just kind of processing what happened." And she was like, "Well, I know, and take your time to process." But she was like, "Just know that this is a really valuable friendship and you guys need to remain friends." And she was like, "No matter what happens between you and Tommy," she was like, "Nora's your friend." And it rubbed me the wrong fucking way. And I was like, "Okay, I hear you." Like, I was starting to get pissed off, but I was like, "How do I deal with this? Like, boundaries. How do I deal with this?" And I was like, "I hear you. And I'm done talking about it tonight." So then she texted me the following day and she was like, "I know that you're processing still, but she was like, I really want you to think about this friendship with Nora." And she was like, "You really don't want to lose this friendship." And she was like, "Again, Nora's a true friend." And she was like, "Who knows with Tommy?" And I was like, this, okay. So I wrote her back and as kindly as I could, I was like, "You're overstepping. Like at this point, you're pushing and you're overstepping, and this really isn't your call. Like, stop with the Nora stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do there. I'm like a bomb fucking dropped on me, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, I'm not reacting online. I'm not doing anything. I'm behind the scenes, licking my wounds. Like, please just stop." So I think that maybe that set her off. Like I kind of feel like that was the turning point for her where I this happens all the time with people who are in my life that shouldn't be. If I put up a boundary, they don't like it. So they go do their own fucking thing and they start trashing me or they do something. Whenever you put up a boundary, the right people will stay. The wrong people will be like, "You've changed and I don't like it." They liked the old you. They liked that you were a punching bag or a doormat, right? So when you put up a boundary, if you notice somebody changing, that's your sign right there that they're not meant to be in your life. To me, the definition of boundaries are just clarity. Boundaries are clarity. Because if you say to someone, hey, you're overstepping, holy shit. If a friend ever said that to me, which they probably wouldn't because I don't overstep, I have so many people, I have friends who will be like, what'd she say? And I'm like, I don't know, nothing. And they're like, you didn't ask? I'm like, no. Because if she wanted me to know, she'd fucking tell me. I am not a person who's like, give me the gossip. Like, if you want to tell me something, you will. But I am certainly not going to be like, what happened to you guys? Tell me. Like, nah, I don't do I don't play those games. Cuz I don't want people doing it to me. If I don't want you to know, I'm not going to tell you. But please don't come to me and be like, I heard that, is that true? Well, it's I don't I really take to heart now, just narrow down your friends who are in your business and who are in your corner. Because I guarantee you have friends who are in your fucking business. And I don't like that. I really don't like that. It's like, can we just talk about normal life stuff? Like, why do you have to come to me and be like, I heard Nora said, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't live on YouTube. Contrary to what you guys might believe, I don't scour the internet all day looking for dark, horrible shit. I've said this 100 times. I'm out of the loop on purpose. I don't I don't go looking for gossip. Hey, Bree Bree, I hope you're feeling better, babe. Hey, Crafty Carrie. Bree Bree, I've been thinking about you and your after you went for your pap smear. I don't go looking for harmful stuff. People bring it to me more than I see it. I don't live on YouTube, right? Like, it's weird that I am a YouTuber. It's weird that this is what I do for a living, that this is my job, because I don't know how to make a thumbnail. I don't know how to use YouTube. I'm not trained in anything. And I don't watch it. I'm not glued to YouTube. I don't want to know. I don't like hearing about other people's pain, even if I don't like the person. Like, even if I don't like someone and they're like, "Did you hear that that content creator?" I'm like, "No," and I don't want to know. It's so funny how many people will come to me and be like, did you hear that this MU dude or whoever he is said this, and then this person said this in his comments? And I'm like, I don't even know who those people are. I don't know who they are. I don't get involved in the gossip drama bullshit. I don't know who said what, and I don't care. So I really don't. I'm not saying that and then doing something else. I'm not telling you guys I do that and then like in gossip shit. Like, I don't want to know. It's not for me. It's incredibly emotionally immature, in my opinion, to be like, did you hear that Marilyn said this? And I didn't. And I guarantee you, I don't give a fuck. Hey, Whidbey Island hippie girl. Someone said to me recently something about Marilyn. And they were like, yeah, I actually talked to her because I was trying to figure out and kind of get some information on this. And I was like, "What? What more information do you need on Marilyn? She has shown who she is. I don't need that information. I don't want any information on Marilyn. I don't want to know anything about her. She has told me through years of attacking people on YouTube who she is. She has shown by her behavior is what's true. Now, she did a video yesterday, and I watched some of it this morning, and I was proud of her. I'm happy for Marilyn. I'm always happy to see someone grow and do better. I'm not saying people can't change, but I have no interest in what she does if it's really, really good news or really, really bad news and she starts making documentaries on me and Tommy. It won't make a difference to me. So if you come to me and go, guess what? Marilyn's volunteering at shelters and she's totally changed. She's a great person. I'm going to go, that's fantastic. Guess what? Marilyn made a documentary on how you and Tommy are both rapists now. I'm going to go, that's fantastic. I don't give a fuck either way. I don't care. It's not in my lane and it doesn't make a difference in my immediate life. So you're never going to have me. Pre-surgery consult is in October. Okay. Bree, thank you for letting us know. I think about you a lot. You're not going, if I'm your friend or you talk to me at all, you're raise your fucking hand. There are so many people in here right now that have my phone number or that have talked to me. Hey, Just Stacy, raise your fucking hand. Excuse my language though. Give a one in the chat if I have ever been like, guess what? You're not gonna believe this, right? Like, sure, I've done it on my Zoom calls because we're being silly, right? Like, I came here and I was like, did you guys hear that Goot Juice was like quitting? Like, I'll say funny things, but I am not interested at all in other people's either like downfalls. Let's all just let Reese make her own decisions. West Coast, thank you so much. Thank you. And I love you, Nancy. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not a person who's like, tell me everything I have to know. And I have friends like that. I know who my current friends are. I have a couple of friends who are like pretty addicted to drama. To be honest, like I've got a couple of friends who like watch fucking YouTube all the time, right? They're constantly like sending me screenshots of shit and they're like, "Did you hear this? Did you see this?" I don't mind, but they also know I don't live on YouTube. Some people live on YouTube. They do. Some people I just heard something. Some people really like it's an addiction. Like Reddit, like the hate, all that shit's an addiction. Have I been addicted to it? Yes. That's how I learned from it. Like it's ugly. It will fill your heart with hate. I just don't want to do that. I was busy vacuuming all day. I'm getting Huxley with his school schedule and we're going to go get his driver's license. And like, I just have real life shit that I'm more interested in than hearing that like, Nora said this and Aaron did that. And like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. Like, those people are allowed to live their lives. Hey, Linda Garden Lady. It's okay, Bohemian Luciferian Witch. It's nice to see you. I don't care. I'm not really hateful of anyone. Yeah, Brock. So the point is, so I'm not that. I'm back to this email. I am not that kind of friend. I had a friend reach out to me recently, and maybe I handled this wrong. And she said, good night, Stanley. She said, hey, you're not going to see me on YouTube as much. I'm going to take a step back. And she said basically like this whole hodgepodge of things. And she kind of mixed it with real life, but also YouTube. But it was very kind of passive aggressive and kind of unclear. It was very vague. And she said, I got to take a step back. She said, over the whole YouTube thing. And she was like, and I just feel confused by some things. And she was like, I need to take a step back. So she was like, I will still text you, but like, you probably won't see me as much. And what would you do in that scenario? Like, I don't know if she was giving me bait to be like, what happened? What YouTube thing? What's going on? I said, my response was, genius. I applaud you. That's brilliant. And I said, I tell everybody in my channel this. I tell my mods this all the time. You come first and your mental health comes first. So I applaud you for recognizing that and taking a step back. Good for you. And I said, you text me anytime. And I'm glad to hear that you're taking a break. I love it. Like, good. I think the response she wanted was, what happened? Why are you taking a step back? What's going on? If you don't tell me, I'm not going to ask. I'm not that kind of friend. I don't pry. If you want me to know, you're going to have to tell me because I'm not going to beg you and be like, what's going on? Right? I know that may sound insensitive, but you're also talking to an ex-Scientologist here. You have to keep that in mind. I got to remind Tommy of that sometimes because I get a little pissed off at him because I think he expects me to react to things and like gush over shit a little bit more than I do. I'm pretty fucking open and black and white. Like if he says like, I got to take a break. I'm taking the night off. I'll call you tomorrow. Sometimes every once in a while, I can think of like 2 or 3 times Tommy's done that. And I don't chase him. I don't chase people. I'm like, okay, sounds good. Take a walk. I like it. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Meanwhile, like I said something that hurt his feelings, but that's his passive aggressive way of like not telling me. He just beats around the bush. And the next day he'll be like, "You really hurt my feelings." I'm like, "You didn't say that. How I didn't know?" Like what I say to people if they're like, "Oh, I'll just go eat worms." Kid, what are you doing? If someone's like mopey and like doom gloom, I am not going to fucking chase you and be like, "What's going on?" I'm very much like, okay. Now, if you came to me as your friend and said, Reese, you really hurt my feelings and I kind of feel like I need to talk it out with you, I am not going to brush that off and go, yeah, I'm not interested in that. I would totally be like, what happened? What please address this with me. But I'm just kind of I need you to be more clear with me. So if you're going to say, I'm taking a step, she said, I'm taking a step back over the YouTube thing. I don't know what that means. What YouTube thing? Me? The other channels you watch? Is it a mix of all of us? Like, I don't know what that means. And obviously, you're not clarifying. So I'm not going to ask. So I was like, I love that you're doing this. I said, bravo. Always, always, always put you first. Your mental health comes first, and I'm happy to say anybody that says I'm taking a fucking YouTube break, I don't get sad, I get glad. Anybody that comes in and goes, Reese, I haven't seen you in a year, I took a break. Yes, you're one of the few anymore who's not addicted to social media. Yes, I like it. Mental health is really important, right? Like if you get too sucked into YouTube, and I get it, this is why I hit end stream and I go away and I don't get on it on my phone. You don't even hardly see me in the lifeboat anymore. I'm not interested. I don't like the backstabbing betrayal bullshit that happens on YouTube. I don't like it. Therefore, I just don't. I just do my show. That's why I don't really stream with people. It's not very common for me to stream with anyone because I know that I can just rely on me. And if I fuck up, then I let me down. I don't really want other people letting me down anymore. Babe, you're still navigating friendship. This is something we learned growing up in a normal household. You didn't get that chance. You'll find your tribe. Anita, absolutely. And thank you for super chatting that. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. The only thing I don't like, Anita, is the betrayal. So you make a good point. Let's talk about this. And oh my God, Elena Rainerman did too. Thank you, girls, for the super chats. Elena Rainerman, thank you for the super sticker. It's very nice to see you. I never get to see Elena Rainerman. I mean it, guys. Thank you for the super chats. So let me get back to this email because I'm rambling. So this person sends this email. Then my friend, who she actually sends it to, comes to me and goes, here's this email. And I'm all really upset about it. I was very upset. I was hurt, not mad. I was hurt. I didn't say anything. And I did what I normally would do is I took some time to process it. I was like, I'm going to reach out to this person and tell them they hurt me, but I'm not sure with the words yet. I don't fully know how I feel yet. I just know I'm hurt. So my friend who she emailed wrote her back. Case face, mean girl stuff was supposed to stop in junior high. Lickety split. That's a hard word to spell because your phone doesn't want to let you. Tommy is in the cab going to get Spanx. I'm really happy. Um, Case face, yeah, I mean, it's disappointing because this person's a lot older than me, and I flock to older people for this reason. Hey, Sassy. Thank you, babe, and thank you for the super chat. That's comforting. I appreciate your words. Reese, I don't think you give yourself enough credit. You have a good head on your shoulders. Thank you, Anne. I probably don't. So I'm not, I'm texting someone. I'm not texting Tommy. I need this for this stream. My friend emails this person back and CCs me on the email. And she bulldozed her. And I mean fucking bulldozed her. She was extremely fierce about defending me and telling this woman how that is pure betrayal what you did to Reese. And hey, Amy Knight. I may not get what I'm asking for. Let me see something real quick. So my friend writes back, and I'm not going to read this entire email, but I want to give you kind of the gist of what she said. She said, I'm not sure what you are trying to gain by telling me or anyone else about this. I don't agree with you, and I recognize that Reese is an adult and gets to make her own decisions regardless of how anyone feels about them. You can choose to support her or not, but I don't think continuing to discuss this with other people or trying to recruit allies is helpful. And this person said, just to be clear, I think you're assuming a level of loyalty or obligation from me that isn't there. I consider us acquaintances, and I don't owe you loyalty or secrecy when it comes to something like this. I really think it's best to let Reese make her own choices and allow her to handle the outcome herself. And then she says, and by the way, I sent this to Reese. And she said, and I don't think Reese should ever trust you again, and I will never trust you again. And you don't seem to support her at all. And I was like, holy shit. The whole thing blew me away. Honestly, the email to my friend about me hurt me and blew me away. The response email really shocked me too. It was just like, I've never had, I can't think of too many times. I have, don't get me wrong. Fred did it. Remember when Fred like lost his shit on his friends? And I was like, Fred, they're your friends. And he was like, I'll get new friends. Remember that? That was basically that email. Hux? Holy shit, man. Tell me when you're here. You scared the crap out of me. How did Bo not hear you? Oh my God. I thought I was going to get murdered straight up on YouTube. Let me check my pulse. I need to check my vitals. I have chicken skin. I've got goosies. Huxley, can you come close my door? You know what? I'll do it. Oh my God. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to die on YouTube. That was terrifying because Bo lets me know when somebody comes home. What the hell? You got your hair shaved off. You should be hearing better. How the hell did you not hear him? Why is there somebody in my house and the dog didn't let me know? Jesus. In a good way, Lord. Oh my God. Holy hell. I thought I was about to get straight up, just like chopped into pieces right here live. And then people would watch it and be like, we don't know her address. They'd be like, hey, police, Reese is getting fucking annihilated. She's getting murdered right now, but it's somewhere in Tennessee. We don't know where to send you. I don't know what the hell Bo was doing. What the hell were you doing? That's never happened before. I feel like we have to get another dog now. Okay, so that was wild. The email to my friend was wild, but the email back was even crazier. And so the point is this. So now everyone knows. It's out in the open. The original sender of the email knows that I know. And so this person reaches out to me. God, Lady Jane out. I'm telling you. Oh, thanks, Buca Vista. Um, oh my god, true. You could call Goot and ask for my address. This is true. So here's the craziest part about all of this. Here, are you guys still tracking with me on this? I got to get this out. I'm almost done. Here's the craziest shit about all of this, okay? So those emails get sent. Love you too, Lady Jane. Or not Lady Jane. Yeah, Lady Jane out. The email gets sent. The original sender knows that I know. Oh my God, Brock. Scared the ever living right out of me. Like, I'm glad that I didn't have the shits today because I probably would have crapped myself. So, okay, thanks, Shell. So now it's out, right? Everybody knows. And that makes me nervous. I don't, no, he doesn't watch Heather. Yeah. Many of us have thoughts on what goes on with other content creators who have tried to create a divide, but most of us are respectful and let you deal with it. Just know we are here for you. Susan, I appreciate that so much. And yes, let's not avoid the elephant in the room. There's been some weird shit going on YouTube right now. There are other content creators that do try to divide up crowds, and it's working. To be honest, it's working. Like people are dividing and leaving my audience. It's working. I don't care because those who are not meant to be here are just not meant to be here. It does. I've been through this long enough. I've been doing this long enough that it doesn't matter to me who the hell unsubscribes, who comes, who leaves, who believes the bullshit, who doesn't like critical think for themselves. I'm over all that. I don't care. But what ended up you're so nice, Elena Rainerman. I'm always here. I love listening and learning from all of you. I know you're always here. I just never get to see. You're usually replay, I think. And you've been with me forever and I love you, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat and for saying that. I'm not leaving just on replay. Thank you, Tracy Lays. I guess my point is there are a few people who have been that fiercely defensive of me. Of course, probably at the top of that list right now would be Tommy, right? Of course. Fred definitely was when he was alive, but I've had very few. I've had very few people who really stood up to bat for me, and that friend did. And well, Yorkie mom, Pam just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Pam. And Pete. Don't forget to thank Pete. Don't forget to thank your local Pete because we love Pete. And Pete's healing from surgery and we want him to feel better. We love Pete. Thank you, Pam. That was so kind. I'm going to blow my nose, guys. Hold on. I mean, I just thought of Tommy about something. Him coming to Kansas City. Him coming to Kansas City and moving me here and fighting for me in front of Jeff, right? Like there was a night that Jeff was going off at me. Tommy was live in the basement and he was like hit mute while he was live and he was like, "Do I need to come up there?" And I was like, "Oh my god." Like fierce, right? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Pam. I know you would, Anita. Susan Trigg, let Reese be Reese tax. That is really sweet. Thank you, Susan Trigg. You're an angel, and I love you. Thank you so much, guys, for the super chats and the memberships donated. So okay, so stay with me on this because I'm almost to the end. I didn't know what kind of a conversation I was going to have with this person, but I knew that I was going to have to. My mods are certainly people who have stood up for me and wouldn't leave me. There's just too many in a name. There's so many of you. Kiki says it's amazing how many people don't think for themselves. It's so true. And so those people are not meant to be here, is what I mean. If you're going to go watch something about me and someone says some shit and you've liked me this whole 3 years, but you like this person and you just blindly believe them, there's 8 billion fucking people on planet Earth. I'm not trying to keep people. I don't chase people. I'm not trying to do any of that, right? Um, Love you, Stace. Oh yeah, Tommy would die for me. Tommy would do anything for me. He's very fierce. I love you and Pete, Pam. Thank you, Hope. We love you, girl. So I'm trying to think of how I'm going to deal with this person, right? Because you can't just ghost them. Like we had a real friendship here. We had like a history here. Hey, Chicago Jane. Exactly, Lady Jane out. And that's how it should be. You decide for yourself who you want to watch. Like the fact that I lose subscribers is not a bad thing. It's not always a bad thing. It's a bummer. I mean, I hate to see people go, but it's the name of the damn game. It just is what it is. Yeah, Zoe. So I know, Robin. So this person reaches out to me. I don't have to reach out to them. They reach out to me because they know I saw the email. And I'm really hurt because I basically got this long text of I didn't mean anything by it and I truly needed to vent. And they said this was not ever about you, it was about me and I had a problem. So why would I take it to you? And I was like, because it's about me. If you had a perfect personal private problem with about you, that makes sense. This was about the whole thing was about me. Okay, Marianne. So I wrote them back and said that. I said, I appreciate you reaching out, but that's odd because your entire email was complaining about me and Tommy. So how was it about you? Yeah, Kim is blue and it's happened. You've done it to me. I mean, you should. Not every stream's going to be a winner. So how is it about you again? Like that doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like that's a little gaslighty, right? Like if someone tries to justify what they did and you're confused by it, you're truly confused. It's like that doesn't that doesn't add up. That doesn't make any sense. Then talk to your own friends, not Reese's. Well, that's a good point, Pam. Like go tell your spouse, right? Like Raymond said the other day, like he says things to Kevin. Kevin's not going to come tell me what Raymond said. Like go tell your people. For you to reach out to my people and vent, it makes me feel like you were trying to recruit people on your side, but I still don't know what for what purpose. I still don't know how many other people this woman reached out to about me that sent that email to other people. What? And I still don't know. What was the purpose? Is it because you needed that validation? Because you thought, like, well, Pam isn't on the Tommy train. So I'll email. How do you know that? How do you know she's not? Right? I can tell you one thing. Love you, Susan Trigg. And thank you again for the super chat. Hey, Lisa, I can tell you one thing. Pam is on the Reese train. And so that's how I feel about female friendships. Pam and I are friends. She doesn't have to like Tommy. I don't care whether she does or not. Because as long as it doesn't get in the way, Tommy has nothing to do with our friendship anyway. That's how I look at that. It's between me and Pam. Pam's not in a relationship with Tommy. She's not in a friendship with Tommy. Now, it'd be different if Pam came to me and was like, I hate Tommy. I just don't like him. How are you? How's your life? I don't like, you could do better. You could do better. Like if she was doing something like that, bye. No, I don't want a friend like that. What if I did that about Pete? I love Pete. Let's pretend I don't. That's Pam's husband, right? What if I went to Pam and I was like, he's just weird. I met him and I don't like him. He's just, you really could do, you should consider a divorce. What the fuck? What kind of entitled shit is that? Really, it's like, well, I'm not in a relationship with him. So who cares? Just keep it to yourself. You don't like him. I don't understand why Tommy interferes or should interfere with a friendship. You've never met him. Yeah, he lives in another country. He's not talking to you. Like, what does that have to do with our friendship? Why is Tommy hindering our friendship? What does it have to do with anything? This person has never even met him. This fucking person who sent this email, most of you haven't ever met him. I mean, you watch his channel or you've seen him, you feel like you know him, but like, what a weird fucking thing to do. In your corner, thank you, Liz. Will protect you with everything in my power. Thank you for being a friend and love the group of true friends you have developed who love and defend you. And you're one of them. Thank you, Liz. And I mean that so much. I know you are, and I appreciate you and I love you. Don't you guys miss Joanne Hawley tonight? Liz reminds me of Joanne Hawley. Hey, Be Wild. So, Liz, thank you. That means the world, and I already know that. I feel like I've, is the word cultivated? I don't know if I use that properly. A good group of friends. I have wonderful friends that I'm very, very thankful for. But I thought this person was one of them. So they write me back and they say, that's not what happened at all. And Brock got a membership from Pam and Pete. Yes, I agree with this, Tracy. It only matters if there's abuse involved and you can only offer help, but it's still up to the other person whether or not to listen or accept. I agree with that too, right? If someone's getting abused, they are still also adults. So, like, what's sad, Aunt Nene Hobbs? You're right. You can only do so much, even if someone were getting abused. I mean, sure, if that were actively happening, you could call the police, send them to their house. But, like, even if the guy got arrested, right? She still might get back with him. There's only so much you can do, but like you shouldn't get involved in other people's relationships if you just don't like it. If you don't approve of it, if you don't like his criminal record, if you don't like his personality, what the fuck is going on? Thank you, Buffy. I'm in your corner too, but I don't have any money to tell you. Well, luckily for you, Amy Knight, it's not about money here. It's not a transactional thing. Friendship isn't transactional unless you're a Scientologist, and we are not that, and this isn't a cult. So, I will take your comments and warm wishes as well. No one ever has to give money here. Reese, you love Tommy, and no one should say anything to you about who you choose to have a partner in life. Just Stacy. Thank you for saying that. And it's the facts. It's the truth. It's incredibly entitled to try to be like, I don't like your spouse. Okay. That's just going to create a problem with our friendship. I can promise you that. I have a friend whose spouse I don't like. I've never told her that. Why? Because it's entitled and it would create a problem with our friendship. She's not going to, what do you expect? Do you think she's going to dump him because I say I don't like him? She going to second guess it? She going to think twice? No. Nope. She's just going to have one eye on me now going, I don't know if I want you as a friend anymore. Friends are there to pick up the pieces, not break them, Reese. I love that, Heather. Thank you. Just Stacy says, I like Tommy. Just know that that's a choice, guys. You don't have to like Tommy. I have never asked you to. You don't have to. You just can't shit talk him here. You're not going to come here and talking hate. You're not going to come in here and tell me I can do better or I shouldn't be with him. Then I don't want you here. But you're welcome to not like the guy. That's kind of like our free will, right? Like it's I have friends who are Democrats, I have friends who are Republicans, and I don't give a shit who you vote for because that's not why we're friends. So it's the same thing. Like you can either like Tommy or not like him or approve of our relationship or not. I'm 42 and he's 56 and no one's getting hurt. And it's on the up and up. Yeah, Linda. So, yeah, Buffy, Tommy loves you. He really does. So this person writes back to me and I wrote back and I said, "I guess I just don't understand why you say it was about you and you say it was your problem, but you took it to a friend of mine and it's not your problem." I was like, "It's it has nothing to do with you. Our relationship has nothing to do with you." And she says, "I wish that you would see my heart and that my I did not have any ill intent at all." I don't take this person as a liar. I think she probably did feel that way. But I also think that there's some parts of this like she got caught. Therefore, now she's kind of backed into a corner going, I didn't mean anything by it. Because she said to this person, please keep this between us. That part I can't get over. It makes me really uncomfortable. So I wrote back and I said that. I said, I just have a lot of questions. I understand that's your intent, but I'm just really uncomfortable. Um, I said I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just looking at it. It's your life, your relationship, your business. No one has a right to insert themselves. Yeah, it's weird, Stacy. Um, I make a point not telling my friends how I feel about their significant others because either way I could eventually end up on the wrong side of that. Right? It's just also weird. Um, I don't know. I agree with this too. Poor Tommy, living life on the beach, doing his own thing. Why do people have to drag him into all the drama? I agree with that so much. It's like Tommy's just living his life in Ecuador and people cannot fucking leave him alone. Hey, truth be told, I only like Gertie on this whole entire show. Did you hear that? Oh my God, girl. He said that he only likes you. That's quite the gift in this world. I'm okay with that. I support this comment and thank you. I love that you're here. I didn't know you were here. So I said, I feel burned. I want you to see this to the end with me, please. Don't leave. I know, Margie Bar, me either. I wrote, I feel very burned. You took something that needed clarification on someone else to tell you that you're not crazy because that's what she said in the email. She said, I just need to be told I'm not crazy. That's a weird thing to say, right? I said you needed validation on something that was none of your business or concern. It's not your relationship. You say it's my life, but you needed to get practically a stranger to side with you and discuss Tommy and my relationship with him. And I said, I appreciate you telling me what you say your intent was in sending that. However, you know how much I cannot stand people talking about me behind my back, and that destroys trust. You lost my trust by these actions, regardless of the reason. And I said, you should have not had this discussion with a friend of mine and told them to keep it between us. I don't understand why it was your problem or so important to you. It had nothing to do with you. And this is long. And I just said, I just have a lot of questions. So this person wrote back again. And again, this is not me trying to be a shithead. I know that some people are going to say, Reese, this is really shitty of you that you put this out here for the world to hear. It's not. This is what I do every day on YouTube. I talk about all my life problems, my life situations, what comes up, what I saw at the vet today, what would you do, what happens at Costco when I was 6, right? I talk about everything. And I'm sorry, but this happened and it's heavy. It's weighing on me and I need to get it out without outing or doxing the person because that will never happen. I'm talking about the experience. I'm talking about what happened to me. Now, you could come after me if I said, this is this person's name and this is where they live and this is their YouTube name. I would never do that. Keep that in mind. Don't fucking hear what I didn't say. And I'm talking really to the haters. So then she writes me back and says, I never meant to hurt you or make you feel betrayed. Your feelings are valid the way you see what happened. I have a problem with that sentence. Your feelings are valid for the way you see what happened. What was behind it? My motivation, intent. I had no thought of telling you what to do. I was not trying to create allies or meddle. I know you don't understand, but it was about me. I was venting and confused. What was I missing? What was I misunderstanding? You do not believe me, and that's fair. Your choice. The view you have is true to your feelings, but not the reality of what I was doing. That makes me uncomfortable. Oh my God, there he is. To be honest, I'm not a Tommy fan. If you think I'm a bad dude, I get it. If you really care, though, it should be brought to you. The method is the issue, in my opinion. I don't know if I understand that. If you think I'm a bad dude, I get it. If you really care about it, though, should be brought to you. The method is the issue. I don't fully understand what you mean by that, babe, but you have to keep in mind that we're polarizing and people love us or hate us. And I just don't chase people. I don't need people to love me. I don't need people to believe me. I don't need people to, anyone can think whatever they want to think. Let people be wrong about you. I don't give a shit. Do you know how loud people are about me being a grifter, a liar, a fraud, a child abuser, a bad mother? Wasn't really in Scientology. You don't see me being like, please believe me. I don't give a fuck because that's where they're at in life. And you got to meet people where they're at. Did you know that he's saying that she should have come to you? Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, Linda. Do you know that you are every person you meet has a different version of you and who you are? If you really think about that sentence, every person you meet, you're a different version of them to every person you meet. How they interpret you is a different version of how another person interprets you. You are a different version to every person you meet. Think about that for a minute. It should have been brought to you. Absolutely, babe. Absolutely. Both Tommy and Reese have impacting my life for the positive. I love to hear that, Aunt Nene Hobbs. If people want to speak nicely about them, they should have decent people. Yeah, have been behave. Yeah, I agree with this case face. I do agree with that, but and that would like I could see that if I were naming this person. I'm not naming this person. Case face, thank you for your super chat. Let me read that to you again. The view you have is true to your feelings, but not the reality of what I was doing. The view you have is true to your feelings, but not the reality of what I was doing. That sounds like something Jeff would have said to me. Your feelings are not in reality. Your thoughts are not in reality. Yeah, Brock, I agree with that. The fact that she didn't come to you shows deception. She said maybe someday you might be able to look at this with different eyes. Thank you, Hope. Yeah, Case. Reese, I believe it's a fun drive though, babe. Reese, I believe what I think is probably irrelevant to your happiness and survival. As long as you are thriving, I think you are doing well. Thank you, beautiful dreamer. That's a beautiful thing to say. Those words are pretty gaslighty, basically telling you you're wrong for having feelings you have because it didn't happen that way. No self awareness. That's where bingo, that's what I felt, Debbie. There's not a lot of self awareness. I still don't understand why go to that person. Just go straight to Reese, your own spouse, friends to vent. It's sneaky going to a friend of yours who's also not a Tommy fan. Yeah. So I wrote back and I said, thank you for messaging me. I still struggle to understand how this was about you. The actions you took to reach out to someone you don't know to vent about me and my life choices is confusing. It seems it would make more sense for you and I to discuss rather than venting to an acquaintance about me and Tommy and all the things you see wrong with us. I didn't expect you to go talk to anyone else who isn't on the Tommy train. It just really felt like betrayal. Just skim. I don't want to read this whole thing. It was long. Based on what you wrote, it seemed to be about Tommy, me, and all of our choices and behaviors you don't approve of and that you need validation on. And I said, thank you for reaching out. I will really miss our friendship. And I think you're a wonderful person. But to say, I know I'm just kind of beating a dead horse here, and I'm sorry. This shook me. It really did. This upset me, and it's rocked me, and I have a fucking hard time moving on from it. And I'm not that type of person. Usually I'm like, okay, you made a choice. But this shook me because I really liked this person, and I'm blown away that they did this. The behavior really shocked me. And I think in my opinion, what you do is none of my business. I have come for the content. And if you discuss on here, then choose to let me know that piece of your life. Yeah. Thank you, Linda. That's very validating. Hey, Michelle. I think the right here, your feelings are valid for the way you see what happened. That's like weirdly being like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you took it that way. That's to me not an apology. I hate when people say that. It's like going to someone's friend and being like, "Well, I don't think she should be gay, so I don't like her wife." Between us, I don't like her spouse. He's Hispanic. Yeah, it is. It is very much like that. Thank you, Shelly. That's very validating. She says, Reese, you're trying to navigate good friendships versus bad friendships, and it's okay. I think it's actually good to talk about it here because I think it helps a lot of people, like seeing who their friends are and assessing. I don't know too well yet how to navigate friendships, but I feel like I'm over half there. I'm probably 60% of the way on how to do it, but I still really, really trust people who end up doing stuff like this. And I'm like, then I get mad at me. I'm like, damn, I thought I was a good judge of character. I'm not saying this person's bad. I ended my comment with, I think you're a wonderful person. I do believe that. But I also think they made a mistake. They thought it was going to go their way. And then when it backfired, instead of taking accountability, which and doing some self reflecting, I think we could have probably fixed the friendship. But the fact that I was like, this hurt me, this is painful, I feel betrayed. And then to write back and be like, your feelings are valid for the way you see what happened. Honestly, that's no different than going, I'm sorry that you see it that way. That's a weird, that what? Right? So then to go down here and say, the view you have is true to your feelings, but not the reality of what I was doing. What? That makes me think of Jeff, right? Like your thoughts are not within reality. It's confusing. And I think when someone isn't clear and to the point and open and vulnerable and take accountability, then they do that shit. That smoke and mirrors because it's like, uh-oh, I was caught or this didn't go how I wanted it to. So I'm going to kind of put it back on you and go, I know that's how you see it, but that's not actually the events of what happened. What? But it is, right? And I think that you're just backed into a corner. The silver lining is the fact that one of two proved their friendship without being asked. Yeah, it's true. Dang, girl. I don't know this person, but assuming she wasn't setting out to hurt you, the fact is it did hurt you. Her actions hurt you, and she isn't accepting that. Yeah, there's no self reflecting. Most grow out of this behavior, but apparently some slip back into it. Regardless, it's wrong. Yes, I agree with that. It's extremely gaslighty. I'm sorry you had to go through that. You've been clear about boundaries. Love you too, Donna Cooper. Thank you, Hope. I don't feel bad for having this discussion tonight. I'm actually glad we did. I needed to talk about this and it brought clarity. And, you know, I pray for that all the time, like clarity through the illusions. And this was a big illusion. This was an illusion. And I really do believe too, like you can call it the universe, you can call it God, but whatever it is, when people get removed from your life, it's kind of like the trash takes itself out. I don't want to call this person trash. I'm not calling this person trash. It's just, it's that saying. It's like things reveal themselves. Clarity through the illusions, right? Like eventually people show their behavior. I don't know if this person was intending to be harmful to me, but it was harmful to me and it hurt me. And rather than saying, right, like I know I did this and I wish I could take it back and I did stab you. I see how this is betrayal. Instead, it's like I could see how you would see that, but that's not what's real. And it's like you're just digging a deeper hole that just makes it worse for me. It's more painful when you put it like that because it's not, you're not self reflecting. You're putting it all back on me. Like, I know you think that, but that wasn't my intent. But I see that you think that. What? You're not self reflecting. You are not seeing you're not hearing me by saying, I'm hurt. This hurt me. Like, I can see how that would come off that way, but I didn't mean it that way. What? Oh, Stacy, I hope you feel better. I'm so sorry. That sucks, babe. Thank you for being here. So many questions that there are no rational answers to. Well, that's another red flag, Pam, is it's like, if that's what I'm saying, if it's cloudy and confusing, which I said that to this person, I go, it's confusing. If you're like, it shouldn't be. Friends should be able to go, look, you fucked up. This hurt. You really shouldn't have done this. And then maybe they just go, you're right. I did. I really fucked up here. How can we work this out? Like, I really do want to make up the damage and take accountability for what I said. Like, that just feels more real rather than, I know you see it that way. That's not actually reality. What the fuck? Like, yes, it is. It really truly is gaslighting. It's like trying to make me feel crazy. It makes me feel a little crazy. That response made me feel crazy. Not crazy, but like confused. It made me feel like, wait, what? Hold on. Like, so do you actually see that I'm hurt? Or you're saying I can see that you're hurt, but that's not, you shouldn't be because I didn't mean it. And that's not what's real. Like, what? I would have just fallen on my sword and apologized. Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Tommy about it. And he was like, people don't, he actually said that, Amy. He was like, why didn't she fall on her sword? People need to just fall on their swords. Like if we did that a little bit more and say like sometimes you can't make up the damage. In this scenario you can't. And I wouldn't want like there's nothing you can do. But if we could have really talked it out and she would have said like you're damn right. I fucked this up. I really wish now I just wish I would have done this all differently. I should have come to you. Like any of that. There was not one instance of I should have come to you about it. We continued to double down and go, this really was about me. It wasn't about you. The entire email was about me and Tommy and how you don't approve. So, how is that about you? We don't get to choose whether or not people are hurt by what we say. Your feelings are valid. Thank you, Kate. And I don't need, I mean, I know my feelings are valid. I know that everybody's feelings are valid. I said this the other day, like you don't, if someone says you hurt my feelings, this used to drive me nuts with Jeff. Because I would go, that was horrible. You really hurt my feelings. And he'd be like, well, let me know when you're done being a bitch because that shouldn't hurt your feelings. That's reality. And your thoughts aren't in reality. And I'm like, you don't get to make that call, right? Like you don't get to make that call, right? You chose to say something that hit me in the face and hurt me, right? And now that has consequences. I should be able to voice it's reasonable for me to say that hurt. And it should be reasonable for you to self reflect and go, I can see why that hurt because words hurt. Words have meanings and words have fucking consequences. But instead, it was like, well, you're not allowed to hurt from that because I didn't mean it. Nope, that's not how that works. And that's why I hang out with older people because I assume they know those things and sometimes they don't. So, did friend gossip email the same double speak back to the friend defender? So, did friend gossip email the same double speak back? I don't understand what this means, Pam. I'm sorry. I don't understand what that means. I know you see it that way with a little mirror patch on a bumper sticker. That's pretty good. Hey, Hawks. Moose is at the front door. Can you let him in? He's like screaming. Love you too, Stacy. And it's okay. You have a life. Sometimes we have to accept that not everyone who presents themselves as a friend is one. I get that, and that's my problem. I really have an issue with that. I assume everyone's a friend. I've messed up. I've apologized 1,000 ways, and the friendship was over. I think about that person all the time, and that was on me. I've learned a lot. That's amazing. And I'm sorry you lost the friend. I see how you could have kept the friendship not as closely if she took accountability. Yeah, Holly, for sure. I think we could have. Caro T. Gray, I can't self regulate in those situations. I would say, hey, bitch, would you like someone to do that to you? Yeah, I mean, I don't. Wow. If I could do anything, I thank you, Hux. I would be a therapist. You should be a therapist. You're fabulous at it. Thank you. I don't think I am, but Lisa, I would be one if I could be one. I absolutely would love to be a therapist. The devil comes with handshakes and smiles. Now, Carol T. Gray saying, would you like someone to do that to you? There's nothing wrong with your response. I'm just not like, I don't come at people like that. I was hurt. My go to is always cry or hurt. I don't really like rage. I don't scream. I don't have anger issues like that. And I wouldn't say anger issues like that, but no, I wouldn't come back at someone and go, "Hey bitch, do you like nah?" I wouldn't do that, but I could see saying like, "How would you feel if someone did that to you?" How would you feel if someone did that to you? I'm asking you guys. She texted you with gobbledygook. Did she do the same to the real friend? I don't know. To the real friend. She texted me with gobbledygook. Did she do the same to the real friend? To my friend? No. I don't think she's Yes, she did originally respond to the friend and said like you were really harsh in your response. I believe. I'd have to go back and read her response. What could she have said to save the friendship? Diane loves you. I think if we had had a real talk, I think that if she had fallen on her sword, like we just said, I think instead of saying like, I didn't mean it, it really wasn't a you problem, it was a me problem. I needed to sort it out. I know you're hurt, but and I can see why you would feel that way in your reality. Like to me, Diane, those are just not the steps to take. That tears me further apart from you. I think if she would have said, "Can we talk?" and I really see what I did wrong here. I really screwed up and I really would like another chance. Like I don't think it could. I think it could have been salvaged. But the weird gaslighty shit just made me more push me further away. Okay, Hope. I did, Linda. And now I feel like I'm overdoing it and harping on this and I killed it. I killed it. But I appreciate you guys like hearing me out. I really feel a little better now that I've been talking about it for a few days and I just talked about it in the exact full start to finish. And I think I just had to because it's weighing on me. Like I've lost sleep over it. I'm like, I think it's because I still have so many open questions about why would you do that? Let me ask you guys, if you did, what is the purpose of that? What was the purpose of that, do you think? To recruit a friend to agree with you. Okay. Let's say that my friend wrote her back and said, "Oh, I'm not on the Tommy train. I don't like Tommy either." Yeah, no, I think you're totally right. Then what? Do they get another one of my friends to agree and then you have a like a sit down with me with, like do you have some kind of a what was that? Is it just that you needed validation that you're not crazy and that you're right? Is it just like what is it? What would have been if the outcome had been in her favor? What was she looking? What was the end goal? I said you're dumb. I didn't mean it rude. Sorry that made you feel angry. I just had to vent about it and how it bugs me. I think you should be smarter. I don't understand. Is that like an example or do you I'm really you think I'm dumb? For some reason I am dumb tonight. I'm reading all your comments going, I don't understand. There should be a class in school where kids learn to apologize. That's a great thing to say. This sucks, Reese. I learned most of these lessons in my youth. Your struggle with friendships is real, but you're suffering a little late in life. Yeah, Sylvia, that's a great way to put that. There's so many things I'm behind on that most people have already experienced in their young years that I'm just now starting to experience, and I hate it. I fucking hate it. But it's like, how else do we learn? You have to experience it. But I just wish that it wasn't this late in my life. One step in the right direction would be instead of I'm sorry you're hurt, it should be I'm sorry I hurt you. Yes. Take some ownership over the hurt. Yes. That's what I'm saying. It's like sorry that you took it that way. So are you sorry or you're sorry that I don't understand? Yeah, Sylvia. Did this person know you were good friends with the email receiver? Yes. The purpose was to get an ally. I see that too. She wanted to talk shit. I think it's like Lumen said the other day. It's gossip dressed up as concern. That's what I think. I think it's fucking gossip, but we're going to turn it into I'm worried, I'm concerned, I need to vent, I need to be told I'm not crazy. Bullshit. I think that you were recruiting allies, you got caught, but it was gossip dressed up as concern. And that's painful. I never would have expected that out of this person. I never, ever in a million years would have expected that. I just can't understand going to one of your friends. Sounds like she wanted allies. Yeah, I think that's what we're all thinking too, Ange. If she came to you and said, I'm really sorry, I don't know what I was thinking, going to the other friend as your close friend, I could have come straight to you. Absolutely. She's trying to build a hate train. Fuck. Reese, for the week I was gone, I missed you. You make me smile and laugh. That's a good thing. Chicago Jane, I'm glad you're back. And thank you for saying that. Maybe she was going to get some fuel for her argument and then out. Yeah, I think that could be true too. I don't know what your laws are, but here in South Africa, if we see a dog in a locked car with no air, we can break a window. I don't think that we can do that here. I'm not sure. I just call animal control. Vent to someone who doesn't know you or Tommy. Yes. Pick a friend. If you know, I will say this. Yeah, Linda, I will say this. You know, let's not shame this person too much. They picked the wrong person to go to. Let's put it that way. Everybody's done what this person did. In all honesty, we've all done exactly what she did. Every fucking one of you has done that to a friend or your husband or your wife. You come home and you talk shit about your mom. You talk shit. You people talk shit about their kids. Like venting is okay. Hey, Cherokee Joy, right? Venting is okay, but I think it's not okay. Oh, I see Love and Life. I understand now. I think it's not okay when you take it. It looks like you're recruiting allies or you are creating hate. When you go to a person who's a friend of that person, I'm saying, Heather, it's okay to vent. Like, I vent to Tommy. I fucking vent on our Zoom calls. Like, I don't see a problem. Maybe Kim is blue. Maybe she didn't have anyone to vent to. That could be true. I don't have a problem venting. Like, we all have to, guys, you have to get stuff out, right? Doesn't make you a bad person to be like, Yadira pisses me off because of this, and this. Thank you, Cherokee Joy. Let's say I took that to Tommy. Let's say I went to Tommy and bitched about Yadira, which happens almost every night. Let's be real. Everybody bitches about Yadira. I love Yadira. Let's say I went and did that. I don't think that makes me a bad person. I chose a locked vault, right? Of someone that I can vent to. Tommy's never going to take that to Yadira, and I'm still going to love Yadira, and I just had to get it off my fucking chest. There's nothing wrong with that. I do that in therapy. Like there is let's just fucking call that. Let's normalize that, right? Like there's nothing wrong with I vent about my mom in therapy. Does that make me a bad person? No, right? Venting is perfectly human and appropriate. It crosses a line if I went to Susan P, Shelly Kelly, Shelly, Third Eye Open, Jason, and we had a bitch session about Yadira. Those are my mods. That would be fucked up and crossing the line, right? To go behind Yadira, and we're all a group of family here, and to go behind Yadira and talk shit about Yadira. That would be really uncool, right? Because I should take it directly to Yadira. And then let's think about this for a minute. The rest of my mods are deeply uncomfortable with that, right? Because we are all together. We are a group. Miss Sunrise Dawn, you are a part of it too. Can you imagine if I did that? No, it would be incredibly wrong and incredibly fucking hurtful. Yadira would be heartbroken. Any of us would be heartbroken if one of us in our mod group went to one person and singled them out and talked shit about them to the rest of them. That would be horrific. That's not venting. That's mean. That's betrayal. That is you can't come back from that. It would be hurtful. It would be heartbreaking. That's not the same as if I had an issue with Yadira and she pissed me off one night and I went and talked to Tommy on my phone call and was like, fucking Yadira pissed me off tonight. Bop, 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 bop. I don't think that's wrong. That's taking it to someone where you know you're safe and you're just blowing off steam. Because if I was trying to be hurtful to Yadira, I'd say it to Shelly or I'd say it to Miss Sunrise Song. I'd say it to someone where I know it could potentially get back to her and it's going to hurt that person's feelings and make them feel awkward. Because they're going to go, I'm Yadira's friend. Why are you telling me this? You just put me in a really uncomfortable situation. Right? You can bitch to certain people who you know are not going to go tell the person and you're not trying to stir up drama or hate or backstab them. You're just blowing off smoke, right? To me, that's different. Tell me if I'm wrong here. Yeah, Heather Huckleberry. Tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, I don't think it's okay to go bitching to your friends about your friends. I don't like it. It's hurtful, it's backstabby. And so I pick the safe spaces like therapy, um, and probably Tommy. I don't vent. I like I say, I vent on the Zoom calls, but that's just about I'll vent about my life and like shit that I don't want to like dump on you guys here. Um, damn girl. How could you say that with how I look tonight? But thank you, Lisa B. Not to change the subject, I absolutely love your fashion sense. Your clothes and your jewelry are absolutely beautiful. God, I couldn't feel uglier, but thank you so much. I will accept that compliment. Thank you, Lisa B. So how did I leave it with her? I've just read it to you, Amy Knight. I think she blocked me. But that's how I wrote her back and I said it really hurt. I will miss you as a friend and I think you're a wonderful person. That's it, Heather. It's done. The friendship is over. Yes, he does, Buffy. Yeah, I vent to Bo sometimes. So I'm never going to end something by being like, well, fuck you. And meh. Like, I'm past all that. I don't talk like a Scientologist anymore. I'm not even mad at this person. Again, I'm hurt. I feel betrayed. I feel like I'm bleeding. It hurts. And maybe we can revisit one day. The door will always be open, but even if, let's say, we revisit, I'll never be able to fully trust that person again, right? But I'm not hateful. I'm not angry. Like, I don't wish harm on this person. I will really miss this person. I really loved her. She was a wonderful person, great mother, super well educated, super smart, very deeply caring, very maternal. I mean, she has a character flaw. That's how I see it. She's not evil. She's not a bad person. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's not up to me to judge that anyway or make that call. But what she did to me was enough to make me take a step back because I feel burned. Does that mean forever? Maybe not. I don't want to be like a Scientologist and disconnect forever from a person, but I think I just need to take a step back and assess the damage and, you know, if there's something that can be revisited in the future, great. But the trust was definitely violated. So I'm sorry I dragged this out. I feel like I spent way too long talking about it, but I really needed to get that off. And I appreciate you listening and staying with me on it. Hey, Tennessee girl, you too, babe. And while you guys are here, Pete Taylor got unsubscribed. So will you please check to make sure you are subscribed? I'm losing a lot of subs. I was wondering if a big hate thing was done on me yesterday because I lost like 19 people in an hour, and that doesn't happen anymore. Sassy. Friend, someone who gives you freedom to be you. True friend, understands your past, believes in your future, and accepts you as you are in the present. I love that. And I love you too, Sassy. That's really good. To me, I like the whole package. I want someone who gives me the freedom to be me, but understands me very well. That's a beautiful. If you're still here, Sassy, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you're still here. No, I just read it. Sassy, I love you, girl. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Miss Sunrise on tardy tax. You look great tonight. Okay, you don't have to lie. If I ever have a problem with you, I'm bringing it to you, not someone else. I love you too, and I hope you're feeling better, Miss Sunrise Dawn. You never have to super chat me. Thank you for what you do. And that's all that I ask of you guys, besides your bank account numbers. And just, you know, if you don't mind putting that, you know, remortgaging your house and shit like that. But you know, providing to your local cult community is all I ask. But besides that, I also just one other just tiny smidge, right? Please bring it to me. Bring it to me if we're actually friends, right? Like I love what Dolly Parton. It's worth repeating. God, this was a beautiful thing. Listen.
When I said I don't
What the
care what
hell?
you think about me, I do care what you.
Hold on. What was that?
When I said I don't care what you think about me, I do care what you think about me as long as you care enough to know who I really am. But if you're just going to look at me past judgment without knowing anything about me, I don't care about that. That's your problem more than mine. But if you take the time to know me, if you care to, I think that, you know, I think you can see through most of that. When I said I don't care what you think.
I love that. If we are friends, bring it to me. Bring it. If we are friends, please bring your issues to me. I will value you so much for doing that. I will have so much more respect for you. Please do that. If we're not friends and you're about to go post on Reddit about this stream, enjoy your night. And honestly, it sounds like a really fun time. I can't wait to not read it. You'll probably wake up and have some pubic hairs in your coffee. Am I streaming tomorrow? You better believe it, girl. Why wouldn't I? I'm hoping to stream tomorrow with Laura FM. Damn, Maisie Shiloh, that's a big deal. Thank you for being a member that long and being my friend. I love you. Yeah, please, please. Hey, Midwest girl, please, please. Love you too, Bree Bree. If you have an issue with your friend, I know it's not easy to do, but you have to be able to speak up. It's just a boundary thing. It's a like push yourself to be more emotionally able and mature to do that. Like push through it to go, you hurt me or something. Instead of taking it to somebody else and then you risk them finding out. And that's what happened to me. You risk it happening and then it's like it's over. This is over. You shit talked me to somebody else. That sucks. That's not cool. Now I can't trust you. So that's all I ask is that if we actually are friends, bring it to me. Don't block me and then go on YouTube and fucking lie and tell people you're a victim of Reese unless you have to. But please just bring it to me. Please bring me your super chats and your bank account numbers, your Venmos, your PayPals, of course, the Amazon wish list. Please bring Bo some bones. But that's all I ask. I mean, it's not like I'm reaching for the stars here. Thank you, Angie Mo, for being a member. Speaking of, thank you, girl. If a person didn't feel good about your relationship, you didn't want to hear about it. Puka Vista, I think that I'm talking about people who are not like close friends of mine. That's kind of stands for like people I don't know or like I'll give you an example, Puka Vista. This is what I was referring to. I get the weirdest fucking emails out of the blue from people will Miss Sunrise Dawn will send me an email and they will say in about, I don't know, 30 to 40 paragraphs, something that only takes about 12 hours to read. They'll send me something. I don't know who they are. They'll send me some random email that's like cookie01624H is the email. And it's like, I unsubscribed and I want to give you this thesis as to why. It started on a Thursday, and I saw Tommy say this, and I see that Tommy seems to be more of a Republican. I don't like that he isn't a Democrat, and I don't like that you are with him for those reasons. Also, your eyebrows are a little bit not tinted enough. And so it's that, Puka Vista. If I don't, I've always said this, if I don't value you, I don't give a shit. I don't want to know. If you're a good friend of mine, yeah, if I value you and we are friends, you're going to hurt my feelings by saying, I don't like Reese and Tommy. I hate Tommy and taking it. I don't care if you take it and want to type it up on the internet under a fake name, or even if I find out you did it somewhere else. But taking it to another friend of mine is weird. That's all. But again, I can't control what people do anyway, Puka Vista. But people I don't value, I don't give a shit. I don't care what you think about me and Tommy. I don't care what you think if my vagina has 2 flaps instead of 4. I don't care what you think about my diabetes. I don't give a shit what kind of mom you think I am. I don't care what strangers on the internet think of me. True friends of mine, that bums me out. Please go get Bo some bones. Reese, you are getting very close to being as important as true crime. Damn, girl. Maisie Shiloh, I want to talk about true crime so bad. Thank you for the super chat. Jeannie, a friend loves at all times. Old Testament. Thank you. Thank you, Jeannie. And thank you for being a member. Oh man, Maisie Shiloh, just between you and me, everybody else tune out for a minute. So I've all of a sudden, thank you, Midwest girl. You guys got to hear this before I go. There's no boat tonight. So I feel like I'm allowed to keep talking for a second. Holy shit. Maisie Shiloh, listen up. Listen well. Fuck. All of a sudden, Facebook Reels used to show me like fun stuff and silly stuff. And now all of a sudden, all it's showing me is like true crime documentaries. and I'm addicted and I can't stop watching them, and they're like 45 minutes a piece, and I don't sleep at night anymore. And I got up this morning and I watched this thing about this fucking kid that killed his little sister who was 4, and he like stabbed her, and now he's in prison. And I watched that story. I watched something at 3 in the morning about fucking Ed Kemper, and I have a slight crush. So I was watching that, and then I fell asleep at 4 in the morning, and I woke up to a dream that there was a serial killer in my house. I woke up in a cold, freezing sweat, and I thought he was in my bedroom, and I was like, "Oh my god." And I said it out loud. I got up to pee, and I was like, "Go to bed with serial killers, Reese. You're going to wake up with them in your house. You sleep with serial killers and they're going to try to get in your pants, girl. Stop it." So I have to stop. No, Maisie, it's not great, but I can't stop watching it. I'm like addicted. It's like Reddit for people, like people who are addicted to the hate, but I'm addicted to this kind of hate. I can't stop myself. It's awful. And I called Tommy and I was like, "Did you hear about this kid who stabbed his daughter or his sister?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, but did you know about this?" He was like, "Yes." Tommy knows every true crime. I was like, "Damn you." Thank you, Puka Vista. I can't handle it. So now I want to talk about these stories that I've watched. I want to weigh in on them, Maisie Shiloh, but I can't because every time I try, people are like, "I'm leaving. I don't want to watch this. It's too upsetting." And I'm like, "Where are all these true crime junkies? Why can't we talk about shit sometimes? Why can't like once a week I just like vomit out the stories that I heard and we go over it cuz I'm shocked and afraid. Kind of like naked and afraid." Thank you, Aunt Nene Hobbs. Me too. All I was watching, Kim is Blue, was like reels about cats and dogs. So then last night at 4 in the morning, after I wake up from the serial killer dream, get this, you guys. Holy shit. It's just showing me bad news. It's just scary shit all day long. I watched this dude tell a story. Some American man was in fucking Africa or some shit. I don't know where he was. And they go, this is some crazy shit. You can look this shit up and then I'll leave. But we have to talk about, I got to get it out because Maisie Shiloh forced me to and she super chatted me. There's nothing else I can do. Just listen before you guys leave. This dude's in a fucking car, okay? And they're getting ready to go through some like sanctuary where they're going to go see some chimpanzees, okay? Innocent enough. And there's like the person driving the car is their guide. Okay. And there's three other dudes in the car. All right. All of a sudden, he's like, this thing runs up and it looks like a giant spider and it punches through the car. And his name is Bruno, King Bruno. You can Google it because I sure did. Bruno the chimpanzee. This thing escaped like 20 years ago from the sanctuary and they never caught it. And it's called King Bruno because I think they said it was 270 pounds. This thing was 270 pounds of just pure horsepower. Punches through the car window, like punches the car, jumps into the car and pulls out one of the passengers and bit his hand off. These things have fangs. I did not know this. I went and looked. And they're backing up the car as fast as they can. They pull the guy back into the car, and then the guy goes forward. Me too, Puka Vista. Then the guy goes forward, and he says 31 other chimps escaped. Yeah, Lindsay, Paris. 31 other chimps escaped. And so all of a sudden, they're in this jungle of like, they're all coming. So then they get out of the car to run for help. And the guy says he hears someone go, "Help me," and he's screaming. So he goes over, and the same chimp, Bruno, who apparently out of all these escaped chimps, Bruno is the alpha male. So he is the king, right? And he bites the guy's foot off. So he's missing a hand and a foot now, and he's bleeding out. And the guy is describing the story. Look at all the people leaving the chat. They're like, "Bye." The guy is describing the story, and he says the guy's foot literally was just tendons. There was nothing left. And he goes and finds like a sharp part of a tree. And he said, "I just went into full beast mode." And this dude starts like stabbing at the chimp. Yeah, you got to go look this up. And the chimp ran off. And the rest of them ran off because he's the alpha. So like they didn't fight. So an army truck pulls up and rescues them. And on the truck is a mauled dead body of the driver, the guide. The chimps killed him. I was like, it's like 4 in the morning and I'm literally laying in bed and I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm like wide awake. I was like, God, I feel like a crack addict. Like, I have got to stop. Thank you, Beth. Yeah, it makes me think of that chimpanzee that woman had that bit her face off, like ate her whole face off. I saw that thing with the guy who killed his little sister, Pierce Morgan. Yeah, that's what I watched. He killed his little sister, and I watched the mom tell a story about the whole thing, and it was the most heartbreaking thing. And I was like, God, I want to go talk about it on the internet, but Maisie Shiloh is going to be the only one in the chat. Maisie, be careful. Yeah. I was like, damn, I want to talk about this stuff. And somehow, you know, all the true crime junkies go over to Lindsay and Tommy and they're like eating popcorn, listening to this shit. But no, 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 no. Right. Relatable Reese is like, dude got his hand bit off and people are like, I'm leaving. They're like throwing tomatoes at me. They're like, I can't handle this. It's too triggering for me. I don't do it. What happened? Like 98% of women love true crime. The second I'm like serial killer, people are like, I'm out and I'm unsubscribing. You're just a piece of shit and you need to go back to eating candy corn. Um yeah, Lady Jane out. Like where, Tommy's like, "Oh, true crime." He's like, "Women love true crime." I'm like, "Not my women. My ladies shame me for it." Me too, Patty. I didn't even know this Pierce Morgan guy did serial killer interviews. So then I asked Tommy today, I go, can I do it? Like, could I go in and stream and talk to serial killers? And he said, you can't in the feds. You cannot do it in the feds. You can only do it in like state prisons. But he said, yeah, you could potentially. Guys, we have got to get me to the BTK killer. I got to see Ed Kemper before he goes. I would love to go in there and be like streaming and be like, okay, we're here. We're here. And then sit down and be like, Mr. Kemper, can I buy you a Coca-Cola? I'd love to. And I would bring him like a card that I signed and be like, let me give you some gifts first. I got you a gift card to Target. And I want to go do it. No, Heather Huckleberry. I want to do it. I want to go talk to these people. I want to talk to Eileen Wuornos. I didn't even know who she was until I watched a documentary about her. And I was like, who is this person? And by the way, she seemed a little crazy. I'm not sure enough about her yet. But like some guy was trying to interview her and she was like, I'm just here, I'm just like she was all like, whoa, she was really out there. I just like the really polite serial killers. Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. Bummer, Shelly. She's dead. Okay, I didn't know that. So what I'm saying is simply this. The chat dropped immensely. Nobody wants to hear it. It makes me mad. You guys flock over to the fucking boat. Everybody's climbing on. Oh my God, have we been on for almost 3 hours? Holy shit. No wonder I'm starving. No, Amy Knight, I haven't seen it. Everybody's flocking over to the damn boat, and it makes me a little bit mad that you guys won't give me a chance. Am I educated on the topic? Absolutely not. Am I going to give, a really well thought out, explanation as to what we see here in the facts? Not at all. Okay, but that's not why you come here. Okay, we come here for silly. We come here for the sillies, and we talk things out, and we don't make a lot of sense over here. And I think that's perfectly fine. I think you need to accept it. And you need to be more accepting and stop saying you're triggered by the serial killers. I see you guys over on the fucking boat. Don't be trying to gaslight me. I love Sarah Paulson. So one of these days, hey, Thought Criminal, I just want to talk about it. I just want to have a chance. Please give me a chance to talk about watching serial killer stuff and then bringing it here and vomiting all over you. Again, is it going to be, no, Heather Huckleberry, I'm frightened. Is it going to be like, Tommy does his research for like 7 hours and then he does a show on it and he's like full of facts and all the women in the chat are like, Tommy, I love how factual you are and you bring so much to this case. Is it going to be a stream like that? Absolutely not. I'm not going to bring any facts to the table. I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to bring emotion, right? I'm going to talk about my vagina flaps. Probably going to talk about some kind of a recipe at some point. But why can't we just talk about what we heard, repeat what we heard, and then go from there, you know? I don't know. What you're saying I don't get a chance at this? Why? Cuz I didn't go to school? Cuz I'm an ex-Scientologist? I'm practically a serial killer. Like think about that for a minute. I basically am a serial killer. I just haven't actually acted on it. I have the mind of one. Why can't we start with that? Good lord, people. I hate the gaslighting. Um I know. I get nightmares too. Love and Life, I thought I liked it. Heather, that is friendship right there. Blame it on Maisie Shiloh. I thought I liked true crime, but you're right. Then once I actually hear what happens, I'm like, oh, I don't think this is for me. But I still want to hear it and then process it in my mind and then bring the emotions to the chat. Nobody on any channel knows I exist. I only speak here. That is huge, and I love you, Maisie. I'm 2 clicks away from Charles Manson. I mean, that's kind of neat if you think about it. You guys have a serial killer friend. I just haven't acted on it. Think about that for a minute. Like you have a little bit of I've got serial killer blood in me. That's scary. Um do you need a partner in crime? No, I don't think you ever want to have someone help you murder people. I don't think that's smart, honestly. But just think about it for a minute, you know, relatable, it's relatable. And we can just talk about our thoughts and feelings. We can just get we're not going to be analytical. We're going to be emotional, of course. Like, I never promised that I was going to bring the facts to a case. Of course not. Can you imagine me like in a court situation? Hey, Eric, can you imagine me being like, Your Honor, I don't fucking know. I don't have facts. I just have feelings, sir. Why are you trying to ask me all these questions, like yes or no questions? Can you imagine me being deposed? They'd be like, just it's a yes or no question, ma'am. I'd be like, actually, it isn't. And here's why. I'm a Cancer sign. I grew up in Omaha. It was a hot summer in 1984. And can you just imagine the judge being like, no, 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 no. It's a yes or no. And I'd be like, well, for me, it isn't. Okay. Because I feel certain ways about this and I'm feeling like you're trying to cut through my boundaries. And frankly, that's not going to fly, Your Honor. And I have screenshots. Hey, Amy M. Your Honor, what lip stain are you wearing? Your Honor, do you wear anthropology underneath that ghastly robe that you're wearing? Hey, gracefulness. I'd love to see you do a feelings true crime scene. See, it would be Linda and Maisie Shiloh would join us, and I'm fine with doing a stream to 2 people. That's just fine. Guys, we almost went 3 hours. What the hell is going on here? Thank you. Please hit subscribe. Sorry I went off the deep end. It happens every day though, so I can't be that sorry, right? Thank you for the super chats. Super kind. Hux and I appreciate it. Thank you for gifting memberships, Pete and Pam. Case Face will be there. Patty will come. And thank you for being members. Okay, I mean it. It means a lot. It's super helpful. Everybody seems to be leaving, and that's okay. We'll get a new people, we'll lose everyone. I checked my memberships the other day. I rarely do that. I've lost like 148 memberships. People are canceling. People are leaving. I think Reddit finally won everyone over. I think they're finally showing everyone that they're victims of Reese. Seems like yesterday. Riley's human, and I love you, girl. Thank you for being a member. You got new Anthro stuff? I need to know more about this. It did, Puka Vista. It really kind of did its own thing, though. I agree, Hope. Guys, mods, thank you for this long-ass, boring, stupid, useless stream. How long does a membership last? I think it's 30 days, but honestly, I don't know. Is there a way for me to see when I subscribe? No idea, Case Face. I'm sure there is. Hit subscribe on your way out, please. Yeah, 3 hours made up for no Colts and Crims and no Lifeboat. I did a 3-hour show because there's no Lifeboat tonight. Thank you, Maisie Shiloh. Thank you for everyone who's a member. It really is helpful, and I appreciate it very much. Hey, Lacey Silver. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I will be back tomorrow. I'd love to do something with Laura FM tomorrow, but I'll see if she's available, if that works with her schedule. If not, it'll just be me, but I will be back. Thank you, Alicia Johnson. And I mean it. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for listening. 3 hours is a long time. I'm very grateful to sit through with hundreds of people. Reese, you make me laugh. And to Mike, you sound like a true podcaster. Just lower your voice to a whisper for true crime. What lip stain are you wearing, Judge? Exactly, Zoe. Thank you. I love you guys. I mean it. Thank you. Lacey, it's okay. I'm glad I got to see you, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you all. I will be back tomorrow. Sorry it was so long and it made no sense whatsoever. And you're just as confused as I am. I'm aware. All right. We'll figure it out tomorrow. I love you guys. Here comes Fred.